So we live, and usually I take this time, and I usually wait for somebody to pop in before I start speaking, and really pop off. You know what I'm saying? I really usually wait for everybody to get in and do all my what's ups, but a lot of shit happened, or maybe not a lot, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this moment, and maybe some people who clicked on the link and they watching live, and so I ain't gonna have you waiting around. There's some shit that's on my mind, and I'm gonna use this time while nobody in here to just drop this on y'all head. And if you watching and you got an opinion on it, all the links is in the shit. It's on the YouTube. You can pop in, man. Otherwise, you can just listen. But it's a lot to digest from this week. But around that whole. First, let's just go ahead and say rest in peace, PNB Rock. I'm from Atlanta. I'm going to be real with y'all. I won't come on here and be fake, especially on my own channel. I had heard of him. I think I had seen an interview with him and King Von, rest in peace, a while back. Because all our rappers be dying, man. Tired of saying rest in peace about a rapper that I listen to. But I really didn't know who PNB Rock was. I didn't know any of his songs. I wasn't a big fan. I won't pretend to be now, but I ain't. But rest in peace. And with that said, I wonder how y'all at home feel about videotaping people while they dying. While people bleeding out, you know what I'm saying? I wonder how you feel about pulling out people who pull out their phones or their cameras and record with people in their final moments. Because on the one hand, especially if they somebody and they happen to be famous, for history's sake, you don't want it to be word of mouth account of what happened. They say when Queen Marie, Antoinette, when they beheaded her in France, they said that she kept talking, or her mouth kept moving for another 3 minutes after she died. That's the type of thing that become urban legend. But if it was video, it's fact. And so there is one aspect about videotaping people that somebody who does it, whatever their motive was, money, clout, likes, whatever, that it needs to be done. And even if somebody ain't famous, if it was somebody that you love, maybe you wouldn't want it to be on video, but at the same time, we all want to know what happened. If something happened to somebody you care about, that's the first question everybody know. What happened? You want to know. Even if you really don't want to know. That's it, man. I would like to think that I'm the type of person who I'm either going to help or I'm not going to help. I'm either going to run over and take my shirt off and try to stop the bleeding, put pressure on you, whether I know you or not, or I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. I don't feel like I'm the type of person that can stand there and record you while you bleed out and die. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even watched that video yet. I seen the thumbnail. That was enough for me. That PNB Rock shit bothers me. I hope niggas pop in tonight, cause I got questions about this checking in shit. This goofy ass shit. But it's crazy, bro. This rap game, man, it's like the most dangerous job occupation. Like, niggas really took this gangster rapping shit too far, man. Niggas took this gangster shit too far. Like, and then they know kind of like, you just walk up in a restaurant in broad day and just crash out like that, bro. Like, so it's like 2 lives lost. Every time a nigga kill another nigga, it's like 2 lives, because y'all don't even be finesse with y'all kills no more. There ain't even no planning, no plotting. Ain't no black hoodie in the alley. It's just straight up SBG duck on the Gold Coast. And everybody who did to do it in a rental car, they rented in their name. Niggas just crashing out now. Like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. I want this kill so bad, I'm gonna throw my whole life away. And the sad part is, the niggas who die gotta get it better off than the nigga who killed them. Because the nigga who killed them, but you gonna live another 60 years in a fucking box, doing exactly what you didn't want to do, what got you there in the first place, which is listen to a motherfucker. And on top of that, it ain't just listen to a motherfucker, it's literally listening to the white man. It's listening to the same type of motherfuckers that you hated on the street, cops, but they not even that. They bitch nigga, they bitch nigga versions of cops, COs. These are dudes who want to be cops but either scared to really get out there and mix it up and really put their life on the line, or they couldn't pass the post. So, and now you around no bitches. The only bitch you see, maybe if you lucky, is if they happen to have a female CO. Whatever she look like, she gonna be bad to you. Like, who want that, man? Niggas killing motherfuckers, bro. I don't even get this shit and don't even be plotting it. Like, I done had moments where I really wanted to kill somebody. But I really thought about it, and I was like, I talked myself out of it, but if I was really gonna do it, I'm gonna put some thought into this shit. I'm sitting outside nigga house for a couple weeks. I'm like, put some thought into it, at least try to get away with your crimes. Niggas put more thought into scamming credit cards than they doing the murder in 2022. That's some crazy shit. Niggas could be doing fraud every day, PPP loans, put more thought and energy into getting away with that. And then when it comes time to beef and they ready to kill a nigga, they just go crash out in a bank at 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Shout out to my nigga Ant for pulling up, man. This P&B Rock shit got me emotional, and I'm not a fan. I wasn't a fan. You know what I'm saying? It has me emotional about the state of like our culture, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be from Philly and come to your city and have a fucking meal with my girl. I gotta check in. That shit goofy, man. That shit goofy. If niggas come to my city, Atlanta, I don't know what checking in is. But you can hit me up. You can get at me and I'll let you know. You know, maybe what streets, what little apartments to stay away from, what little areas. But checking in, getting extorted is goofy too. By no means believe any of that shit about check in when you come to LA, cuz these niggas can't protect people on their own blocks. They talking about they gonna protect you from out of town. You come in, check in with us, that shit wouldn't happen to you, cuz y'all can't even protect your own people. Your own niggas is dying. No disrespect, but it's true. On their own blocks, every day. Crazy, man. Rest in peace, P&B Rock. And I don't blame somebody's girl for taking an Instagram picture of a plate of food, but I do say y'all need to drop that obsession about taking a picture of your fucking food. Anyway, everybody, not just for safety, but it's just goofy anyway. We don't care what you ate. I don't give a fuck what you ate today. Or maybe I do. Maybe you can tell me a recipe or something, but you're just showing me a picture of your fire-ass breakfast that I didn't get a piece of. I don't give a damn about that shit. I don't know what happened to my mic. Hold on, let me switch it back over. Switch it back over, but man, I don't know. Whole shit is goofy. What's going on in New York, Ant? Oh shit, I'm tripping. I don't even know if my volume has been on. Sure. Yeah. These motherfuckers. Cali, man. I love y'all out in Cali, but y'all tripping, man. Y'all gotta start showing some love. Don't act like y'all ain't gotta travel too. Niggas don't want this shit to turn into 1995 again. East Coast versus West Coast, man. Where motherfuckers can't go anywhere. Like, stop that. We a community, man. Y'all don't make Neil Patrick Harris check in when he come to LA. Y'all don't make Danny DeVito check in when he go to LA from New York. Stop that. Why we do this shit to each other, man? It don't make no sense. Dead ass, man. I try to understand, but I don't. Close some of these tabs on my shit. understand it. And to my BX members out there, if you're watching, well, let them know your thoughts on the California gun laws. I don't even know the California gun laws myself. I don't know the gun laws in any of y'all states. The only thing I know is here in Georgia and in Texas, it's pretty much easy to get guns. And I know that in New York, at least from what I last remember, their gun laws are a bitch. I don't know if guns are illegal in California but I would love to know what y'all think. It's getting ridiculous, man. He killing me while he eating breakfast with his girlfriend at Roscoe's. And for those of y'all who ain't been to Roscoe's, you got something better than Roscoe's in wherever you live in your city already. So don't waste your money or risk your life when you go to LA going to one of them. Even though it ain't all of them in the hood, but save your time, because there's better food in your city. They got chicken and waffles right now. Gladys Knight's chicken. Well, I don't know if that's still a thing or not, but there's a lot better things. Let me just say that. Somebody said y'all niggas still listening to Joe Budden Show. You know, drink rockin'. And I'm coming for the magazine covers. Tell them that you love us and we coming for the magazine covers. Ja Rule and 50 Cent need to make a song. And both admit that they both was inspired by Tupac. They both like different versions of Tupac. Well, they gonna say, oh yeah. Shout out to Tupac. I just realized that. I guess that would have been yesterday. Yesterday would have been 26 years since Tupac that took out the game. Tupac, man. Tupac.
I'm about to hop on here in a second with you, big dog.
Oh, you good, you good. Take your time, Rick.
Yeah, I'm traveling in the car. Bob family right there, he got his hand in his house or something.
Say what? Shout out Tupac. 26 years to the day since Tupac got killed, and Tupac was 26 when he died, so he would have been 52. Tupac would have been a real OG. And for those who watching, I walked in the shoes of Tupac when I went out to LA and lived out there in 2013. I really walked in the shoes. Lakewood Mall. Lakewood Boulevard. That's the infamous mall where, and it's a little ass mall. If you from Atlanta, it's like North DeKalb Mall. It's like a little ass little square, two ends of the mall. One end got a Target, little Foot Locker in there. It's literally like a little, not a hood mall, it's not a bad mall, but it's just a little, you can see that like a gangbanger just going up in there just to grab some shoes or something. It ain't no type of mall you gonna go in and stunt. You not going there to get up on no girls. That mall is just a little pocket. You know what I'm saying? And I went up in that mall, and that's the infamous mall where it was a Foot Locker, where Baby Lane snatched the Death Row chain off a Death Row member neck. You know, and that's what led to the fight in Vegas. You know, which led to Tupac crashing out, and everything that happened after that. You know what I'm saying? It started with that Death Row chain getting snatched in Lakewood Mall. So I remember going to that mall and getting a feel for like how small that mall is. And if you go to that mall, if you've been to Lakewood, then you know Lakewood is to the east, and I mean by like a couple blocks of Long Beach. I'm sorry, of Compton. You know what I'm saying? And Long Beach is to the south. You know what I'm saying? And it's all touching. I'm from Atlanta. If you can compare in Atlanta, it's like Stone Mountain, Decatur, Tucker. They all touch. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way. And I can see how niggas from different hoods, you gonna bump into each other. You gonna go in the Lakewood Mall. They got New Jordans out. There's only so many malls. You go in there. Oh shit, that's Baby Lane. Bam, got your chain popped. But it's crazy that listening to the dudes who killed Tupac talk about how it really wasn't that deep. They really did go out there plotting on him, but how they really caught him slipping, it was really just due to him doing the most. You know what I'm saying? They were talking about how they went out there. After the fight, they looking for him. They can't find him. He said they had pulled up on Club 662, which was Suge Knight's club. So they pulled up there, knowing that Tupac was going to be going there to do a show that night. And they get to the parking lot. He said they saw so many mob Pyrus that they knew it was nothing going down. They knew they weren't going to go up in there. And they weren't crash dummies like you niggas today. And so they like said, the way they explained it, they're standing in the parking lot like scratching their heads like, shh. What we do next, man? I don't know. Like, and he said that's when literally they see coming down the strip and hear the horns honking, and they see Tupac hanging out the window and shit, doing the fucking most. And that's when they literally jumped in the car. You know what I'm saying? Pulled up on the side of him, and you know the rest was history. Shot into the car. Said he's all jumping up and down, trying to probably get over the seat. Said Suge was low key holding him down, and I'm sure out of like self-preservation. You know what I'm saying? Not like he's trying to kill him. You know, but. It's crazy, man, and a lot ain't changed in 26 years. Like, rappers still ain't safe. You know what I'm saying? Now, Tupac, he crashed out. He was doing the most. But even when you mind your business, PNB Rock, that shit bothers me, bro. Like, you niggas gotta have some order to this shit. It gotta be some rules and regulations. And if you gonna play this way, don't go out of town. Don't be mad when you go to other niggas' towns and they start checking your bitch ass. When they start going, oh, you a Cali nigga? Don't come to New York, nigga. Don't come to Atlanta. If you gonna start playing by these rules, niggas can't come to your city. Nigga can't wear his chain. Don't come to our city. Nigga, don't go to Lenox Mall. Nigga, don't pull up out here, nigga, because we gonna be on your ass. That shit is a two-way street for real, man. I don't like it. I don't like that energy at all. Like, you Cali niggas gotta get your finesse game up, man. Everybody else getting money. I understand y'all got to compete with Drake and all them Calabasas cats. That's on you. You can move or something, man. But ain't nobody finna move around, y'all. Big U, Whack 100. I ain't scared. And I go out there. I ain't scared, man. Ain't nobody checking in with you niggas. You grown-ass fat boys. Ain't nobody checking in with shit. You better check in this hotel room, nigga. Check these bags, nigga. Check my nuts, nigga. I ain't checking shit. Fuck your gang, nigga. Fuck them Crips. Fuck your Bloods. Fuck your GDs and BDs, nigga. Fuck your gang, nigga. I'm not checking in shit. Y'all too old for this shit, man. For real. When I come to your city, I'm checking the scenery. That's it, man. Stop all that, man. All that energy that dudes got for other black dudes, and you don't even have for the dudes fucking y'all out of label contracts. For the dudes who own y'all buildings, putting y'all baby mamas out. You don't even have that energy for the women who drive you crazy. It's just ridiculous, man. Check in when you come to my city. Check in my room. You talking about, man? Check my reservations. Check that Uber Eats delivery time. I'm not checking in with none of y'all. That shit's stupid. Same one you check in with be done set your ass up anyway. I'm thinking about what's his name out in Houston. Chicago jeweler. Got killed earlier this week. He was hanging out with Boosie, them shooting dice, and goes to a concert and get killed away to his car. Like, all these gangsters, they not gonna help you. They not gonna protect you. They can't protect their own people. All them niggas got shirts on with dead homies on them. Talking about check in and we gonna look out for you. That shit's sickness, man. Black men gotta wake up out of that shit, bro. That gang shit ain't about nothing. You talking to a nigga, Kelly Park, Compton Crib. You talking to a nigga who has done that shit, bro. It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. That none of that shit didn't help me get nothing. Fucking gangs, bro. Like, for real. Get money legally. People will respect you. Women will notice you. Get money and work out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you ain't even gotta do the get money part, man. Go work out, do something healthy. It'll put you in a better space, man. I lose my temper, I get mad, I get in arguments, and I have a gun. I don't have to pull my gun and kill people like to end the argument. Throw my life away, you know? The gun's still in the... Y'all tripping, man. I don't get it. Anyway, man. That's my rant for the night. We listening to Kid Psych, KIDSYC. He's out of Atlanta, Georgia. He's not rapping about killing shit. Killing beats, that's about it. So, I'm not saying I don't listen to that type of music, but I could separate the music from like getting in my car and going and actually spinning on somebody, you know. If you can't, stop listening to the music, please. Grand Theft Auto make you want to kill somebody. Please stop playing video games, bro. If you only have an extended clip because you heard Dirk rap about it, please put your gun down, bro. If you don't... This episode of the Martinez Wells Show has been brought to you by Coca-Cola. Now I'm not hungry no more. Thanks, Coca-Cola. Beyond disappointing. Oh no! Damn. Oh, okay. I thought I closed out of the chat. Out of the room. All I could do is shake my head. I know I'm an old man now, because all I could do is shake my head at young niggas. Same thing with some dude. I don't even talk about that, man. I don't even talk about that. She make me mad. A song right here called Bipolar Gemini. This cognac got me thrown. It ain't fair, we got too much in common. I be crossing my arms when I'm not. I be flipping
up the river. Right on, right up the river. Pyrotechnics inside of your bedroom like 4th of July and I'm setting on fireworks, oh yeah. I'm blowing up, I'm independent, oh yeah. Got 40 acres and you work all day. Like Malcolm, nigga, you get maxed out, oh yeah. Sniping you niggas like Martin, stay off of the balance. I even made a song called Get It just to get it, and they gave it up. Try to sing the room when you're feeling like you're all alone with your back to the mirror, cause it's dangerous. Reflecting on your past and reminiscing. You tell yourself it's cool, but you check into your eyes and they're still painting them. No. Put a cross up in some paintbrush, dip it in the rainbow. Need a whole different place to go and watch the day go by. Ain't go, making sure your face go. Never run the money, came to see us in the stage on fire. Pour a long blaze on fire. But I make them say, okay. They feel what I say, cause I care. That's why they got their hands in the air. Yeah.
That's it. Easy.
Yeah. And it feels like we already made it. But our clock is ticking, stay impatient. Yeah, we keep it real while they be fake. And they say it's so amazing, don't you love it, it's your favorite. And it feels like we already made it. But our clock is ticking, stay impatient. Yeah, we keep it real while they be fake. And they say it's so amazing, don't you love it, it's your favorite. Yeah. I'm feeling recharged, energized, on the verge of something epic, see it in my eyes. Don't be surprised when I bring this dream to life. OMG explodes are so revealing.
Almost to your mind.
To take it at one time. They tell me cut it out, I lacerate with every line. I'm still in watches, excuse me, I mean I take my time. Sit back and watch it, a better movie you couldn't write. No way to move me out the way or push me to the side. Feeling quite Machiavellian, now it's time to ride. On my enemies, the biggest one's my enemy. So overcritical of my mistakes I tend to be. So much attention at one time and I'm missing to peace. If you don't watch it, doves cry inside your inner peace. I'm feeling like a Prince Niccolo, trying to be the Gohan to my Piccolo. I know it's gonna be difficult, but homie, you gon' dig it when I'm done. And it feels like we already made it. But our clock is ticking, stay impatient. Yeah, we keep it real while they be fake. And they say it's so amazing, don't you love it, it's your favorite. And it feels like we already made it. But our clock is ticking, stay impatient. Yeah, we keep it real while they be fake. And they say it's so amazing, don't you love it, it's your favorite. Yeah, all the way to the top, it's time to get it, we gon' make it. Just a few of the things they telling me on a daily basis, and I truly believe, no doubt, what's the fun in? Man, this ain't funny, this ain't running, not even jogging, crawling like Tommy. You sound like Chucky, always scary, love if you wear it, baby they love it, but it's short-lived. Wondering why you look like monkeys on the porch still. Popping, pillin' and bananas, you gon' slip up. Them trapping days is over, homie, put them zips up. Don't even need around to make you love the way I do it. Now what you say about how you say it make it quotable. Now when they ask you about some greatness, say you know if you swell, fellas. Tell them that you're lovers and we're coming for the magazine covers. Yeah, we're good fellas. Tell them that you love us and we're coming for the magazine covers. Oh yeah. And it feels like we already made it. But our clock is ticking, stay impatient. Then we keep it real, but it's fake. And they say it's so amazing, don't you love it, it's your favorite. fresh out in the legs. Starting to make sense of it. They all agree. They never
Yo, yo.
So what you doing, man? Let me get this shit right. We're here chilling with my dog, man. What's going on, bro?
And then just came back from being outside with the kids.
Oh yeah, it's still daylight out there?
Nah, but at the park for a couple hours. I took them to eat. Now I'm in the house, about to throw their asses in the tub real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't in that
Man. Open up.
take yourself off. That P&B Rock situation is super disappointing, man.
First of all, can I ask, were you a fan? Had you heard of him before this happened? Or
Oh yeah, no. I'm familiar with him. Definitely familiar with him. He got so many damn songs that was on the radio, like that the shit with Meek Mill and Jeremiah. The other one, the High, that was like real popular on TikTok.
I wasn't even that familiar with him, but when I started hearing his songs, I liked what I heard. But man, whether I heard of him or not, that stuff is disappointing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the most important thing to me. And I'm not even gonna sit here and say like I was a fan. My wife listens to P&B Rock more than I do. Like she's into like P&B Rock and Brent Faiyaz and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Was she hurt?
Ari Lennox and no, it was the same thing, man. Just disappointing.
Yeah.
Just disappointing. And I think the worst part about it is just as a community, we've become so conditioned to the point where we just find so many faults in the victim's actions.
Yeah, that's right.
And we're not saying anything about niggas just being scumbags and just being degenerates. You know
that's
what I mean?
right.
It's like, well, he should have been wearing that. Well, this nigga worked his ass off to get that.
Fucking ways. And if it wasn't this, it would have been some J's I was wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it wasn't a chain, if you was gonna kill me, I mean, and I see a lot of them comments too, and it's like, why was he at that location? I can't stop. I mean, first of all, that location on the way to the airport, but these the same people who will say you don't go to the hood. You see what I'm saying? Nigga, you don't even be in the hood. You a sellout. The same people who will tell you that be like, why was he even there anyway, nigga? Why wasn't you getting it delivered to your... I can't go out. I can't go... It's depressing, man. It's depressing.
It is.
Check in. Like I said, you think Danny DeVito checks in when he go from New York to LA? Yo, Whack 100. I'm shooting a film for the next 6 weeks. I just wanted to check in with you in the Rolling 60s or whatever. Okay, cool. Okay, we're good. Let the agent know we're good. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Kirsten Dunst.
We sent a little gift over there for you on Pyru.
On Pyru, we got a little fruit basket. We got some beer bread and some pimento cheese loaf. We thought you Rolling 60s Crips would just enjoy. Like, they don't do that. You know
Chicken salad sandwiches, buddy. Yeah. Chicken salad sandwiches.
Man, that's.
We hope that you find the light in these.
Just letting you know, I'll be staying at the W. I just don't want no problems in case anybody needs to know. Here's a nice little package. Like, I'm just imagining Denzel Washington. I was gonna.
Please ask your buddies if I can dine over at Roscoe's.
I'm coming in the hood today. Just wanted to make sure everything was clear. Just trying to get that G-Pass squared away. Yeah, we got you right here, OG. Like, come on, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, and the people who talk like that be the number one non-property owners. come check in. You even own a house on this whole street, let alone to tell me to block or whatever. You know, you don't even own your house that you're in right now. Come check in with the OGs. Check in before you come out here, boy. It's ridiculous. And I saw part of the story on BX today that LAPD were saying it wasn't just that his location got dropped, but like he was other things that he was doing on IG. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I didn't get to read the actual story.
A lot of people were blaming his girlfriend, like, yo, why would she do that? And she set him up, she got him lined up. First off, I think it just is what it is. It's just jealousy and laziness.
Yeah.
And niggas just being shiftless.
Yeah.
They see somebody in a white Benz truck, and he hopped out and he got jewelry on. It's like, we just gotta get this nigga.
And to me, robbery is robbery, but like to me, it's always a bit of jealousy when I see a nigga get killed like that. Whether he tried to give it up or fought back or not, it's like a part of the nigga saw him in a nice car. I'm sure his girl is pretty. I ain't even seen no picture of her. I'm assuming he had a bad girl. That's enough right there to make these. I didn't seen it because when you know what I'm saying? I seen him when I was with my girl. You know what I'm saying? And just not that dudes tried to kill me, but that look that's like, dang, that nigga. He look good, his girl look good, they having a good time, they in a nice car, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's already enough to make dudes mad.
Great DMX once said on the phone, seeing niggas having a good time, and I'm the room.
Yep. Yeah. It's somebody, like you said, you was like, man, I was out with my family, you know, I was playing with my kids, and it's somebody who felt the type of way just seeing that you had your girl and your family, and y'all looking happy, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not enough to like do nothing, but somebody who like, man, wish I had that. You know what I'm saying? Even if they only felt that emotion. You know, that's where it comes from, you know? Like, man, I wish I had that. And it's like, I know they felt that. And I didn't watch that video of him dying. Like I said, I saw the thumbnail. It was enough for me to be like, I don't need that in my world.
Yeah, because anytime you see something like that, it's always one of those things where you wish that you hadn't seen it. So it's like, wow.
Yeah, like when I watched the video.
I don't feel any more desensitized anytime I see any of these things. Honestly, it makes me feel even a little bit more sensitive. I always feel a little bit more emotional when I see these things.
Yeah, I'm the same. And I was just telling my girl that she know I'm a movie like fanatic. I'm always watching. I watch a movie every night if I'm not watching like a show. And I was telling her like, yeah, you know what? I'm not really big on watching like movies and shows about like real murder or like. I'm not big into murder. Like movies like John Wick don't actually do it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's kind of like fictional murder, a lot of shooting, or whether it's like the first 48. You see what I'm saying? It was just like I don't like having it in my like energy in my world.
No, I feel you. It just doesn't gel with you.
Yeah, I'm
I've
like,
been
man,
in a similar space myself where it's like I just don't. For one, I don't really find it as entertaining as I once did. Nowadays, it's like so it's just gratuitous violence.
Yeah, just bang bang.
Yeah, it's just super just grotesque.
Yeah, I'd rather watch sci-fi. You know what I'm saying, or an '80s movie over another dope boy shoot 'em up. Just too real. You know what I'm saying?
Cool on that shit.
And the same with the TV shows that's literally about real people who lost their lives, like First 48 and stuff like that. Like, I'm good on it. You know what I mean? But I think it's too much of that. I just saw something the other day where Dame Dash was shitting on. He was shitting on VH1 specifically, but it's really true for a lot of entertainment. He was saying, man, I can't fuck with VH1. He was talking about the love and hip hop shows. And he was like, because all their shows are based on our dysfunction. That's what they're selling. You know what I mean? And I see a lot of that. That's even putting the energy out there for like a P&B Rock that I can't be somewhere and that you gotta kill me for what I got. That you can't just back in the day snatching your chain and having you be embarrassed about it was enough. It was enough to end Young Berg's career as a rapper. And he lived to tell about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but even then, my thing is this: that if you can approach somebody with the intent to take something from them,
yeah.
Why can't you approach them and ask them for pointers? Like, damn, like, how did you get what you got? It's like you were just saying about working out, right? When you go to the gym and you see somebody, checking them out, you looking at their physique and shit, and you like damn, I'm trying to get my traps together.
Yep.
Like what, like bro, like what is your routine like?
What
What
are
is
you
your
doing?
regimen like?
I don't gotta hate on
Yeah,
you.
what
I
are you
don't gotta
doing?
be jealous. Yeah, what you doing? Same with a winner. When you see somebody winning financially, I see what you're saying. Like, why you not like, hey man, you know, can you tell me where I could start, bro?
Yeah, we had a lot of conversations on here about what was it, like NFTs and all different types of shit like that. I know No Comment is into it,
Yeah.
and Light and Blaze. Like, imagine being like, oh, you niggas into NFTs, blockchain, fuck y'all niggas.
And
Nah,
you, yeah,
ask them like, bro, like, yo, can you put me on?
yeah. You
Send me
making
some
money.
articles or something.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it too. I don't need you to do me a favor and give me a handout. Just point me in the direction so I can learn how to do it.
You ever heard of Charles Davis? I don't know if you watch NFL like that, but he's a commentator in the NFL. He does a lot of CBS games. If you haven't heard of him, he's a black guy, and he, you know, for lack of a better characterization, he has kind of a whitewash voice. You know what I'm saying? He calls games. He's like, oh yeah, that. You know, he's got one of them like, you know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to talk black voices. You know what I mean? But we went to the same college, man. I just twittered him one day, and this was back when I used to use Twitter. This had to be like literally like 10 years ago. But I was just like, yo, man, can you give me any pointers? I went to the same school as you. He hit me back. You see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, try this, try that. You know what I mean? You're right. People with that same energy you take to go rob somebody, it actually takes less energy to go up and ask for pointers, but they more afraid of getting shot down than they are of actually getting shot. You know what I'm saying? They more afraid of getting rejected or embarrassed that the person gonna big time them or something like that than they are of actually putting a gun on a nigga and taking the risk that security might shoot them.
Absolutely. It's just like, yo, just you trying to do your thing, ask.
And
So many people have mentors, and so many people, you know, take part in apprenticeships and
yeah.
all types of shit.
And you know, for all the people who like, as much as I think it's stupid taking pictures of your food, for all the people who are like, he shouldn't drop his low, shouldn't drop. When you famous, your location is dropped. I don't understand the whole. It's only so much higher than you can do. When you got a book signing, or you know what I'm saying, you got an interview schedule. Like, your location is dropped. You're famous. I mean, everybody can't afford like Secret Service type of, you know, before they go to a building, have people scope out the inside, check the interior. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. I don't know if the public
Do some
thinks.
Eminem shit and have a body double. Remember Eminem used to have Partial, the nigga look just like him.
Yeah,
And
like,
he always walk in the spot first.
yeah,
That's pretty crazy in itself.
that's wild.
I couldn't sign up for that. Be some niggas body doubles.
Hell no. What
Somebody
if you take
looking for
one?
him, something happened to you. He's like, yeah.
Look, they killing you and you sitting there trying to tell them, nah, man, I ain't really him. I'm his body double. Nigga, shut the fuck up.
Nigga, I ain't dirty on Perkio.
Yeah, I bet Durkee put him on the team for real. You ain't seen nothing from that guy. Like, you officially the body double now. Go on Linux and get me a belt.
I ain't 21, I'm 22 savage, nigga. You got the wrong savage, bro.
But that's funny, man. But man, you know, but I don't know what the public thinks about security, but like most people, the average artist, whatever kind of money they making, they cannot afford that type of security around the clock, especially for like, you know, me and my girl going to get breakfast. That's still, they wouldn't have came anyway. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what people would think, though.
Man, it's crazy, man. It's sad that you think you got to move like that. Like I said, within your own community, you think, man, Morgan. I'm trying to think how you got a new name, country singer, or whatever, man, who did that song with Dirk, Broadway Girls. But a country singer don't need that when they go back to Montana or Nashville, or even here in Atlanta, when they come back home.
You know, I was having a conversation with my wife about it, and I was saying that I even feel bad for whoever it is that did that to PNB, right? And other people who are in those situations, you know what I'm saying? Just to
Crash out.
to have, just to have that mindset that this is how I'm gonna live. that shit is sad
all
in
around.
itself. Yeah, just all the way around. It's just sad to me. I'm like, damn.
And it does. First of all, shout out to Rashid Latif for pulling up as well. How you doing, bro?
What's down?
Man, it's good to see you again. It's good to hear from you again, man. Another week from the player.
Yeah.
And you already know what we talking about. We just talking in general about, kind of like PNB Rock and, and around the, the environment. Not necessarily him specifically, but the environment, that even make people want to rob and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
RIP to him.
Yes, sir.
Condolences to his family,
Yes, sir.
loved one. I'm not sure what's going on out there in LA, but it's crazy right now.
And you know what? First time I went to LA, 2011. This is no cap. My friend, actually the one who we listening to, who I have on the intro song, it's like he had a band back then. They won some contest where they got to go to Capitol Records and record an album. And so Capitol Records put them up in this hotel. It's called the Redberry Hotel. It's literally across the street from the Capitol Records Tower, the famous one you'll see in all the movies or whatever. It's like 4 or 5 star hotel. So they put them up out there, and of course, I was living in the Bay Area at the time. These are my niggas from Atlanta. So they came out to LA, they in this big hotel. So they called the homie like, bro, you gotta come to Hollywood and stay in the room with us. So I'm like, you know it, nigga, I'm on the next Greyhound. So I get on the Greyhound. Facts. It's like a 9 or 7 hour ride or something like that from the Bay Area to LA. Get there, me and my homie Marlon, Filipino and black homie. So we go down to Hollywood. We go to the room and everything. We down there, and like let me explain. My homie Marlon is Filipino and black. He's from Atlanta. And before we had all moved, me and him had moved to different parts of California, and everybody had moved when we were still out at home. He had fell in with some of his friends who was Bloods. And so he wasn't a Blood officially, but he was kind of like, and he never, we definitely wasn't banging around. We were just some niggas who smoked weed and hung out and stuff, but you know how you could tell if somebody hanging around people, he started wearing more red and stuff, but he wasn't necessarily a Blood, you know what I mean? Like affiliated type of thing. And so Marlon started wearing a lot of red. He had like spiky hair with like dyed red. And so anyway, fast forward 2011, me and him visiting Hollywood. One of the first thing that happened is we walking down the boulevard. He got that blue hair in a car full of, I'm assuming like Mexican Crips or something, was mean mugging the shit out of Marlon. I was like, man. And then we actually saw them niggas getting arrested down the block a little while later before anything could happen. But when I was out there, for the year I was living out there, I didn't really run into too many. I didn't really run into, but I didn't have nothing either when I was out there. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have shit. So I don't know, but it's still, man. I mean, I don't know what's going on out there either. But they, like I said, me even seeing something like the way he died, there was a time and place where, let's say, whether he's your enemy, PNB Rock, or let's say whether he ain't, you don't know him at all, but you really just genuinely wanted to rob him, right? And he posted that same thing, or his girl posted, however you got the location, right? There was a time and a place where even then the nigga would have somewhat plotted, wait for him to leave, follow him. But for you to just go, the attitude, the mindset to walk up into a restaurant in broad daylight and just gun a nigga down, it's like you crashing out. It says I'm so mindless. It says I'm off the drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I'm not even gonna just like be on some like, let's wait till this nigga leaving. Okay, hey nigga, give it up. You know what I'm saying? If I know you here, I know you what car you in. A nigga with some kind of finesse to his game, parking right next to that car. All right, we just wait for this nigga. But it's like the attitude and the mindset. It almost made me think we don't even give a fuck about the jewelry. We wanted you dead anyway. But even then, I'm saying, even if it was on some, yo man, nah, nigga, this nigga killed my brother. I want him dead. It still would have been on some. Let me wait, okay. Let's see. Okay, this the car he getting in. When he get out, all we gotta do is pop that nigga and roll. No, this is on some like opportunity. Bam, 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 bam. Let's think about it later. Oh shit, nigga, I wasn't even wearing a mask. Oh damn, I think I left my cell phone on the Waffle House table, on the Roscoe's table. That's the type of shit you looking at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Niggas will go away and kill a nigga no gloves because they didn't plan it out, because it was an emotional. That's, to me, scarier. The niggas who was, the people who Instagram is thinking that we dealing with, people who plotting, and they going, okay, that's his location. This what we gonna do. No, I ain't even that smart. Hey, this location, let's go now. Let's just go in. You got it, man. We'll just do this. Nobody gonna recognize my eyes and my haircut and my top of my head like they do in every other crime. Man, this making me mad, bro, because you took a nigga life, like, you threw away your life for nothing.
Definitely crashing out.
Niggas need to start wearing fake jewels. It's already replica shoes out there. It's already replica.
That would be.
I'm already wearing fake jewels.
You went to go get them. You go get the jewelry appraised and the cubic zirconia. Oh my lord.
You like, you got 1,001 cubic zirconias. We'll give you $700 for this bitch. It's clean.
You end up doing life in jail over some sterling silver.
Niggas need to start rocking fake jewelry straight up. Leave the real shit on. Especially if you really got it. Like, let's say if I'm Steph Curry and you know I actually got 4 NBA championship rings, I need to just go out sometime with 4 fake fucking rings. You know what I'm saying? Like, just wish a nigga would mode. Big ass rings on my neck on some fake gold chain. Just wish a nigga snatch him at the chain. He go home happy as hell. And you gotta really put on a performance too. Please, no, you know how hard I work for these rings, man. Don't take my ring, man. All right, bro, you got it, fam. Man. He get home, Steph like, start rocking fake jewelry, man.
You know what's like wild is that the first time I went to LA was in 2017. And the first thing I did was go to that same exact Roscoe's in Inglewood, Manchester.
And Maine.
That was the same exact one I went to. I mean, given this was 5 years ago, and before COVID and before, whole pandemic and whatnot, just like you can tell it's in a certain like neighborhood. You can tell, just I mean, but you don't have the feeling like she would kick off at anymore.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing is, and I ain't calling you a broke nigga, but like you definitely wasn't walking up in there as a nigga with money, and neither would I have been. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And it's like, but that go to Ant. Ant made a point before you came on. Like niggas had the confidence to come up and rob you. That same energy, they can come up and ask you something, right? Point being, usually in them type of spots, if you just blended in, you ain't really got shit, niggas ain't really fucking with you, right? You know what I'm saying? For the most part, like you just but the problem is when somebody come in who winning, they don't have the energy to be like, how are you winning? Why are you winning? It's let's get this fool.
That's the other point too.
Yeah.
Monday's office, like they could have easily went up in there and said, man, let's see who rock. Yo, I know you were his old lady, but maybe we got some music we could push to him, or just say, hey man, respect what you do with the music thing. You heard me? Like,
any tips for me to learn the keyboard, bro? Any tips you got for a nigga who don't never play anything? You could ask me, man, how about straight up, let's go this route. If you gonna get a no, let's go the route of what niggas really want to ask, right? Bro, you throw me on the tour, man, you got a job for a nigga, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I'm fucked up. Niggas will never humble themselves and say some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucked up, man. Can I come work on the tour? Like, I'll sweep, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. They'll come and rob you for that. But like you said, and that's what it's kind of messed up too. It's exactly what you said. Yeah, I ain't been to that Roscoe's, but I done been in the hood spots. Everybody know that damn bomb ass shrimp spot off Crenshaw and Imperial, right there by that gas station. I don't know the name. I can't think of the name of it.
They
take EBT. Yeah, they take EBT. They got the 20-piece jumbo shrimp for like $4.99, and it's fire. Say that again.
No, that's on my brother. She don't know, but see, what you were saying about the music. It reminded me of a story that Game told about the first time he met Nipsey Hussle.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I heard that story too.
Yeah, he thought it was about to be a serious situation.
And they like,
what? But he just passed him a CD.
Yeah.
And he got my numbers on the back.
Mm-hmm. And
but of course, niggas ain't gonna do that though nowadays.
Nah, man. And like I said, when I was out there, I didn't have no problems. But when I was out there, not only, was I not in a great position, I was probably in my most fucked up position. So I definitely was a nigga you would have ignored. I did have a little blue Impala with tints on it, but it was very basic. It didn't look like nothing that a gangbanger would have drove. The tints weren't super black. Didn't have no rims on it. You know what I'm saying? And nobody messed with me. I didn't have shit. I slept in my car for half that year. So I didn't have nothing to take. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. but I still saw the element. You know what I mean? And I'll never forget with my homie Kuwait. And Kuwait, man, I need to get in touch with you. If you happen to see this, be watching my YouTube, man, get in touch with me. First of all, shout out to No Comment for pulling in, man. What's going on with the guy, man? What's going on? And you already know we speaking. You know exactly what we talking about off the top right now. PNB Rock, man. And I'll just say this, and I would love to hear your thoughts, No Comment as well. I'll just finish this thought, man. When I first got to LA, shout out to my homie Kuwait Castellano, man. We just rapped together and stuff, but he was a Piru. He is a Piru. And you know what I'm saying, one of my first day, we was just riding around. He was just kind of he's like, yeah, man, this is Leimert Park. If you go watch Brandy, this is where they shot the intro. Cool, we ride down Crenshaw. Leimert Park is probably around like 40th and Crenshaw or something. We rode down all the way to the hundreds. And I ended up staying in Crenshaw, in Inglewood, 104th and Yukon. We riding around, and he's telling me, basically, hey, this is Watts, don't come here. You know, this just ain't an area that nobody should come to, And he's riding around, and he's like, yeah, this is another hood. I'm like, yo, this is a hood? And he was like, man, listen, don't get it fucked up. That's the thing out here is all the hoods look so beautiful in the daytime, and then they just flip on your ass at night. He's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but with that said, I do find it sad that it's only our people that tell each other, you can't go here. Why was you there? You know what I'm saying? Around our own people. You don't hear Jews say, don't go to that Jewish neighborhood in fucking Philly. When you leave from New York, don't go to that Jewish neighborhood in Atlanta and Druid Hills because they don't swastikas on your car, man. Don't go to that. Love to hear your thoughts. No comment, man.
I mean, shit. What part?
I know, right, man? It's
I mean, as far as the whole, you know, when you go to different states, you go to different cities, knowing where to and where not to go. I mean, that's really about poverty. Wherever you find poverty, you're gonna find crime. Wherever you find poverty, you're gonna find desperate people. And well, see, you know what? I can't even front about it because you got poor Jewish people, you got poor Asian people.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Crime is people commit crimes against people who are around them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Crime is about proximity. But at the same time, you can't just throw that shit off on crime. At some point, you gotta look in the mirror and be like, "Yo, this is my issue, or this is our issue."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't put that shit off on nothing else at a certain point. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
yeah, because like you said, look,
you gotta
there's
take
Asian
responsibility.
gangs, there's Mexican gangs. I guarantee you, whatever Asian store you can think of, whatever Mexican store you think of, they're not checking in when they go to Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Norteños. Yeah, just making sure. This is
Or they are checking in. Or they hold on. Let me explain. Let me clarify.
Yeah.
Or they are checking in, but this shit is organized.
Okay.
So it's actually organized crime. See, it's a difference between crime and organized crime. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When you step on somebody else's turf and it's known that you on somebody else's turf in an organized crime situation, y'all sit down and have a conversation, you discuss it, and then if it has to go somewhere else, it has to go somewhere else. But that's the last resort. It's not the first result of some type of conflict. You know what I'm saying?
And you know
it's
what?
organized.
And I'm actually, you know what? I'm glad you said that because I'm sure that exists, first of all, right? Without even question, right? I'm sure that exists. But I also position that there's a third. There are some people, and I've been in this situation myself, there are some people that are so far, I'm not going to say above, but removed from that whole life. Because let's keep in mind, when them boys come to extort you, you know what I'm saying? They got to say it in a certain way. They're not coming and asking for money. They're not going to be like, yo, we need you know what I'm saying, 10,000 so that you don't get hurt, right? And they're not gonna come to the second word. So the thing is, they come to you talking a certain way, and if you so far moved away from that or play dumb so far away from that, they can't even talk to you. I mean, imagine them sitting down at a table with Kirsten Dunst and being like, "Yo, we just want to make sure you." And she's like, "I'm good. I got security. Yeah, they'll be over here." Like, just get up and walk away from your ass.
Right,
Like,
but hold on though. It would always true. You're right. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But let me also say this, right? I think other, for lack of a better term, because it's not really the term I want to use, but other races have codes and rules to their shit, to where we used to have codes and rules to this shit, where it used to be, if you're not in the game, I'm not even fucking with you. Yeah. If you were square, you're not even involved in this. You know what I'm saying?
Because if you look at that video, and I haven't looked at it yet, just the thumbnail, that's all I need to see. That video of PNB Rock, the way that he died, right? I know y'all feel me on this. When you talk about having rules and regulations, the way that he died, that used to be reserved for like sending a message for somebody who did something.
Right.
That was like, this nigga stole 3 kilos. He ran off with the. That was, this nigga touched my girl.
We doing them broad daylight wherever we find
it. We gonna go in the. I don't give a fuck if that nigga in Roscoe's, B. Like, yeah, that's that. This nigga touched my kid. You know, this nigga stole substantial money from me that's not recoupable. Not talking about $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000. That shit used to be reserved, you know what I'm saying, for like drug crimes, gang shit, or shit that was just below the belt. You know what I mean? You killed my wife. Yeah. So when you see that happen to a low-key R&B singer from Philly eating breakfast with his girl, you're like, so who's safe anymore? What are you talking about checking in?
Exactly.
I'm not a gangster. I can understand telling gangsters to check in. Like, if you know you talk that shit and you little Dirk, and you come to LA, so I can understand you saying, yo, man, you need to check in with us because you know you live that life. You know they're going to be out here looking for you. But you telling me John Legend got to check in?
Yeah, exactly.
This shit is ridiculous.
But that's the other part to it, guys, is that, all right, so when we talk about checking in and what have you, and, you know, different regions of country or what have you and shit, it's just that, think about it, though. You saying I got to come, like, think about it with Dirk, like, all right, you said when it's someone, for example, someone like Dirk, he'd have to, you know, give him the like, you know, if he go to LA or not. But think about it though, is Dirk not signed to a major label?
They don't protect you. They make more money if he died right now off his catalog. That's not even like a conspiracy. Right now, it's the amount of music that he's already recorded, and just off the amount he's already put out. But I guarantee he's probably got a ton of music that's unreleased because he's the type that's always in the booth. If he died right now and they own the rights to his music, cash, nigga. So the label not gonna go out their way to protect you anyway, but especially a nigga like Dirk who's literally at war. Like your brother just got shot in the head a couple months ago and killed outside. Like Dirk knows he's at a gang war. He knows he on that level where it's not because I'm out of town that I'm good. So Dirk is gonna have his security situation. I'm here in Atlanta. I seen how Dirk moves. Like Dirk ain't just relying on label security. He got the homies, he got the private security, and then he has the off-duty police. The way 50 Cent used to move.
Yeah, like Floyd Mayweather.
Same way Floyd and 50 Cent used to move. It's the homies, it's the armed homies, the armed security, and then it's the off-duty police. So that if anything go down, you know what I'm saying?
The paperwork is right.
The paperwork is right. We got the off-duty police. We paying the police too. That's why they used to call for your cop or whatever. Yeah. So it's like whatever. Call us whatever you want.
Yeah, but the point I was getting to is that I just figured some have one foot in the rap game and one foot, you know, in the streets.
Yeah.
No, you can't do both. You can't.
But a lot of guys want to do it. Yeah.
So
you can, but it's very difficult to navigate that situation.
Yeah.
And it's a lot who don't navigate that situation, and we see threads made about them.
And then the guys who do, and then that goes to a thing we talked about a couple, episodes back, the whole RICO shit. Then the guys who do try to go, okay, I'm making legal money. Yeah, you might still be banging. I'm trying to help you, get up. So yeah, I might be helping you with money, whether you do right or wrong with it. But now instead of them saying I'm just trying to help you and bring you up, now I'm financing the game. See what I'm saying?
Now
I'm a
you said
kingpin.
what?
See, it's like the RICO charges. Like, I'm doing something legit, right? I run a rap label. Maybe you my homie in the streets, you still making moves. I'm trying to help you get up out that situation. So I give you money, I give you a job or whatever, but instead of it being looked at as I'm trying to help you out, the feds go,
It's a
you're
conspiracy
financing
charge.
the organization. This is conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy
This is
charge.
RICO.
Yeah.
So now you're a kingpin. So you can't even help niggas who you see what I'm saying, get out the streets.
You
Yeah.
can help niggas who trying to get out the street, but you gotta have the paperwork right.
Yeah. And you got the thing is, what you can't control. Here's the thing you can't control, especially when you're dealing with a street nigga, not a street nigga because he just woke up. Picture me at 25, a street nigga, random guy. You didn't just wake up like that. And the things that made you like that, lack of authority, lack of respect for authority, maybe discipline, etc., anger, temper, them things are real, right? So whether it's a cop, whether it's your mom or it's Lil Durk, here's the part that I can't control if I'm Durk. I give you bread. I'm letting you know, look, nigga, the feds are looking at us. I'm giving you this money to start this barber shop. Get money legally. And you go, all right. And I go, look, man, I don't need you running off and getting no dope with this because if you do that, they're going to nail me, bro. They're going to say I'm the kingpin. I need you to do the right thing, bro. You cannot.
That's why I said.
And you can't control it. He go, yeah, and go get keys with that money.
Absolutely not. You can't control that. But here go the part that you can control. You my homie. I want to give you $10,000 to start this barbershop. Right?
Escrow or some shit.
Oh, you just write up a contract and give him a check.
I get what you're saying. But they'll
And when
still
you give
say
him that
that,
check-
yeah, that was a front.
Look, I don't know nothing about that. Talk to my lawyer.
But that's the thing about them whole RICO charges is once it's under the umbrella of RICO, it doesn't even matter if the checks came legit. Like, you know, you like the whole YSL thing. Like, you were an artist on my label, and they're like, yeah, that he wasn't really. That was. It's like.
Look, I feel you. I understand
It's
you. Everything
wild.
you're saying is true. Everything you're saying is true, and I feel you and I understand you. All I'm saying is we got a contract drawn up.
Yeah.
They go a check, and the bottom line it says barbershop.
Yeah.
Now, everything after that, talk to the lawyer.
But let me ask y'all this. I want to get back, not necessarily back to a main point of anything, but kind of on a broader, you know what I'm saying, touch on something, because I'm trying to figure out if this is specific to LA. And my question is, because I got two cats on here that is from up north, from New York. My question is this, right? Like you said something earlier, no comment. Like, we do know, or I think most of us agree, like you said, proximity crime for the most. And we know, like in any city, if you go to any city, got certain spots. I don't like condemning whole neighborhoods because everybody know neighborhoods have pockets. You know what I'm saying? Where you're like, oh, that's a nice little block. That's a nice little street, whatever. But you're like, oh, you don't want to go over there. So, but every neighborhood got pockets where everybody know, like, man, you just kind of don't want to be over there after a certain hour. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't want to be over there. You don't got no reason to be over there, bro. Just chill. You know, they ain't the number 7H on that block. Why are you over there? So, with that said, outside of them obvious fucking places that any city got, including New York, where it's like, don't go there, nigga, that's stupid. My question is New York like LA to that point that I can't generally be in the hood and be somewhere and be looking nice without fear getting robbed and killed like that? Do I need to check in when I come to New York?
I would say it depends on where you plan on going and what hood you plan on going to.
And by that's the funny thing you said there, right? Because let's talk about it. Even though PNB, hold on, let me just say this. PNB got hit in the hood, but for the most part, when guys go to stay in LA, they don't go stay in the hood. They're staying in downtown and in Hollywood.
Right.
So assuming I come to New York, I'm staying in Manhattan.
Right.
Let's go from there. Assuming I'm not staying in one of the other boroughs.
You come to New York, you stay in Manhattan, right? It can happen anywhere in New York. Niggas can run up and rob you anywhere. And anybody can get robbed in New York. It's not even a thing of being a tourist. But if niggas peep you out for being a tourist,
it's over.
No, not even. It's just more likely that you'll be the victim.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because, this nigga from Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
I can hear his accent. You know what I'm saying? But it can happen to me. When I'm on the street, I make sure to pay attention and watch what the fuck is going on. And if the nigga get too close, I'm gonna hit him and ask him questions about this shit later.
Yep, and it's
what I'm
funny.
saying?
I'm always wary of motherfuckers who give compliments, not just because it's Atlanta.
Right?
Motherfuckers who give compliments. I was wearing this ring. I put it on just now for a reason. I was wearing this ring a couple months ago, and I was standing in the store, and I was like, "Hey, you trying to get the cigars? You pointing to the guy?"
Right.
And I was
right,
like, "Hey,
right.
man, let me get these blunt bills up here, or whatever." And so, guy with a strong New York accent, was like, "Yo, that's a nice ring." I was like, "Thanks." Out. I'm like, I ain't talk about where you got it, none of that shit, man.
Right.
And I seen the video of this is like you remember the old Last Days of the Rock videos, Choke No Joke?
Yeah.
I seen one where Cam is in a Lambo, he's chilling on the block, he's in Harlem or whatever, and whoever's filming him, he's just talking his shit, and you can see Cam street smart. As he talking, he see dude come. Cam's in the driver's seat, and he sees a guy in a white tee that's coming from the rear of the car. You can already see Cam eyes make lock with him, and dude come around all the way to the drop sign. He start making that same fake when you a street nigga, you know that fake question asking conversation niggas finna try to fucking rob me, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, man, I'm like, nah, I don't know. Now I'm crazy with that shit. Now I be like, nope, I don't know. Gone.
Yeah.
I'm out. Or I just say nothing. That's the best move. Act like you just don't even hear niggas. Like, huh? So nigga come around the car. He was like, yo, Cam, you going? He was like, no, I'm going to the Cam's like, I'm not getting robbed, baby. I don't care. And for real, y'all, I know y'all know that, man. All y'all, but if you don't know and you watching, that's for real. If you kind of somewhere, and especially if it's not you, like somebody asking you questions, in general, it's a good idea to keep it moving. I can't really help you, man. That's my attitude.
Yeah.
It's not really that I think every nigga is robber, but I'm like, I can't help you anyway. The best outcome, I can't help you. Worst outcome, you want some shit. So I'm separating myself. I'll be like,
Yeah, exactly.
He'll be like, no.
In New York is, I mean, they say the crime rate has been increasing, and I guess to a certain extent it has. But I grew up in the '80s. You know what I'm saying? I was a teenager, I guess in the '90s, or I was in my 20s in the '90s and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I remember New York being wild. You know what I'm saying? I remember '80s New York being off the chain wild. Anybody could get shot. You know what I'm saying? At any time, because it was just Harlem was wild. You know what I'm saying? So then I remember '90s where, the police were out of hand and things were kind of calming down, but it was still wild, but it wasn't like the '80s. And I remember 2000s where it was Disneyland. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this little crime spree that's going on right now, it don't really seem like it's a crazy thing to me, but yeah, it can
But you
happen.
know what? Let me say this, and I'm not going. I can't speak on like the actual statistics, but as far as here's the thing about the violent crimes, and it's not just New York. We seen it with PNB. The thing about the violent crimes with the young guys, like I said, the thing that's scary is the brazenness of it. Y'all did have one this year. You probably have seen it in the news. I don't know if you heard the name Moneybag Vontae.
Nah.
And you think I'm cap? Google it. Moneybag Vontae.
Guy from Cali. I think he got killed in the Bronx.
Oh, he got hit in the Bronx.
Nigga out there, he was out there just flexing jewelry and stuff. Dudes
He
robbed
got
him
hit
on
in
the
the Bronx
street.
in the store.
No.
I didn't like that shit.
Look, Nate,
I saw that video. I didn't like that.
Man, that shit fucked me up too. And I'm gonna tell you no comment. It make it sound better when you say, oh, he was robbed in the store. No, they robbed him on the street of all his shit. You know what I'm saying? Basically stripped him, robbed him, forced his ass into the building, I guess because they thought it was going to be no cameras. Then they murdered his ass in the building. All the shit is on camera. You know what I'm saying? 4 niggas.
But it was in the storefront.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's like,
in the store.
it's the brazenness
I remember
of
that
it.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? This was daytime. It wasn't like,
Yeah, it was
1
broad
p.m.
daylight. I remember this shit.
And it's like, that's the same mentality. Like, we ain't gonna plot. We don't give a fuck about a mask. We not checking this for cameras. It's just crash out.
Yo, but you know the other wild shit about that murder in particular? Didn't they already rob him?
Yeah, they had already got him.
Yeah.
They just came back and was
So-
like, killed his nigga.
That shit made me sick to my stomach seeing that.
Yeah.
Like, he gave him
That
everything, bro. He gave him everything.
Yeah, I mean, and yo, I don't know. Yeah, fuck it. It's the Bronx, dog. That's the Bronx.
But the point
Here's
is,
something I tell you. Here's something I tell you. You said if I came to Manhattan, is it possible for me to get robbed?
no, that's not what I asked, because I know it can happen anywhere. My question is New York like that I really need? You need to be on point everywhere you go, but is it really that I need to really be like, yo, I need to check the fuck in with somebody with fucking out before I can feel okay sitting down and have breakfast? What I'm saying is, like, anywhere here in Atlanta, if you sit in a Waffle House middle of the night, you need a gun, but you don't need to check in with some gang before you come visit my city.
No, it's not like that in New York. But I will say this: if I was from somewhere else and I was coming to New York, I would check in with me. Not fuck with you, fuck with you, not fuck with you. Now on some serious shit. If I was coming from somewhere else, and I was coming to New York, straight up and down, no bullshit, I would not go to the Bronx. There's no reason to go to the Bronx.
That's what I was thinking about, man.
You go to the Bronx, even certain parts of Brooklyn. I mean, you could go to downtown Brooklyn, Dumbo, Williamsburg, shit like that. But nigga, do not go to East New York. Do not go to Brownsville. Right. You don't got no fucking business out there. There's nothing to see out there, really. Don't go to Far Rockaway.
Even if you got family out there, yeah, you should get the nice hotel and be like, yo, why don't y'all come see me in my room?
Ain't nothing to see out there. Definitely don't go to the Bronx. Ain't nothing out there.
Yeah.
Yo,
maybe if you going to a Yankees game, that's about it.
Nah.
Yeah, hear me out. I got family in Far Rockaway. I don't go to Far Rockaway.
Mm-hmm. And where did Chinks Drugs get hit? Was that the Bronx?
Who?
Chinks Drugs. Where did he get hit?
Queens.
I think Queens, right?
Yeah, Queens.
At a club, right?
But Far Rockaway is like
I know Far Rockaway is different. It's like on the way to Staten Island, right?
No, Far Rockaway is Far Rockaway is Queens, but it's separated from Queens. It's like weird. It's considered a part of Queens, but you got to take a whole bridge to get out there.
Yeah.
And the shit about Far Rockaway is there's no reason to go out there. The Mexican project out there is grimy. The Redfern niggas, the niggas over there. My cousin used to stay up in the yeah, that's where he's from. He's from Redfern.
Yeah.
My cousin used to stay over in the Hamels. This nigga asked me to drive him home one time at like 3 in the morning. Nah. It was one of the most uncomfortable rides ever.
I said no. That's a strong no.
I'm like, dog. Like this shit is.
Yo, you should have hit him with the. Why don't you spend the night, man? We'll take you home in the morning, man.
Dog, it looked like fucking Hurricane Sandy had just hit. Like that's the way it looked. Like the shit just looked desolate. Like it looked nasty out there.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I had an Airbnb in Brooklyn on Quincy Avenue. Just a couple years back, and I was just walking around, just sightseeing, aimlessly, not like really paying attention. So I said, man, I need to get something to eat. What's the best Spanish restaurant around? So I checked on my phone. I seen this place. I think it's called Lima or some shit like that. So I seen the reviews. I'm like, well, let me check this place out. So I went. I'm not gonna lie to you, like, the area is kind of, kind of funny looking. So I'm like, well, just kind of have my head on a swivel.
Alright.
I got my phone.
Oh, you said what?
He said he had his head on a swivel.
I mean, just being from New Orleans, that's the thing about it. You kind of have to, So
yeah, definitely.
I had my food there, but I called for an Uber. It was expensive as hell, but I didn't care. I stayed inside the restaurant.
That's
right. Got my ass back and got back to my Airbnb. And then go back there. Street smarts, nigga.
Hey,
she could have got high.
You're right, and that was smart. Because if you gonna go, don't be hanging around outside. Nigga.
Oh yeah.
Hey, that reminds me of that,
especially if a nigga's like borderline whispering to you when you go into the store.
Yes, I'll never forget Loma.
Niggas telling you he got the sour or something like that.
Nah, you be like, nah, it's time to dip.
Yeah, man. Then this restaurant called Loma on Rockaway Avenue.
Look. That reminds me of that famous story where Kanye was in some deli or something in New York, man. And he's like, man, I think these niggas is plotting on me. He's like, these niggas seem like they waiting for us to leave, man. He said he called Beanie Siegel. Beanie coming there with the Mac, like, nah, ain't no problem. He said, untuck your chain. Untuck your chain.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Nah, but hold on.
Beanie Siegel said the food was cold.
He said they ain't want to leave. Kanye was smart. Like, I ain't going outside. They about to get us, man.
No, but hold up though. That wasn't that. I think that was on 23rd. That was at the diner.
Which is what? When you say 23rd, what's the significance of that? Now I know it's Manhattan, but can you for those of us out of town,
Okay.
what that mean?
So, alright. So usually when nigga from Harlem say 23rd, he talking about 123rd,
Mm-hmm.
right? We just cut the 100 off and we just call it 43rd. 23rd,
Okay, like 40th and Broadway.
Right.
Like Max BB
But-
shouting, right?
Right. But no,
Free
this
Max
is the
B.
actual Free Max, no doubt.
Okay.
Free the wave. Yo, but no, this is actually on 23rd Street, downtown Manhattan.
Okay.
It's a diner downtown. I think it's 23rd. It's like 23rd and like 9th or 10th Avenue or
I
some
think
shit
it's
like
called the
that.
Chelsea Diner or something.
That was
Yeah,
what it
I
said
think
in
it's
there.
Chelsea Diner.
Yeah.
I think it's Chelsea Diner. But this is a diner. This is a diner that everybody goes to after the club. So after you get out the club, whatever club you at,
Right.
everybody just shoot to the diner and get, because it's open. It's
Right,
a
well,
diner.
Waffle House in Atlanta, right?
Exactly. So everybody just shoot to the diner. I think that's where he was going to get stuck at. I can see that definitely happening.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a true story because I seen Kanye tell it and Beans like verify. You know, it's one of them stories where you seen it from more than one way or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
it
I
happened.
seen that shit.
Yeah.
I seen that shit.
I believe it. I know it happened, and I can see Kanye because Kanye never proclaimed to be a street dude. So I can see him being like, man, I'm just gonna wait
I'm
up
not
in
leaving out of
here.
here. Fuck all this
So
shit.
here's the thing, though, man. Here's the ill shit about Manhattan. Just like as in a borough in its entirety. The bottom and the top, that's where it's fucked up at. Midtown is like what people usually think about when they think about Manhattan.
Oh,
If
okay.
you go
Central Park and all that
downtown,
stuff, huh?
Like even like 23rd and around that area, or even like Avenue A and Avenue C and all that shit, like the Lower East Side, like it used to be real bad on the Lower East Side.
Yeah, yup.
Crazy.
Because that's where the project's at, too.
That's what the projects is.
So
You hit
young.
downtown Manhattan, you thinking this shit is you thinking it's like Empire State Building,
Yeah.
that type of that's like Midtown. Like 23rd around that area down there, like
Let me ask you this:
shit, you go over to the east side, nigga, that's the projects over there.
them real like like Tom Hanks movies, man, where they them hoity-toity looking over Central Park. That's Midtown Manhattan.
You said where?
Like the Made in Manhattan type movies where they like looking over Central Park. They got a great view. That's
Yeah.
Midtown Manhattan.
Now,
The top of Central Park is like at the bottom of Harlem. It's like at the
Okay.
bottom.
Okay.
so like, check it. Harlem starts at 110th Street officially, right? At 110th Street, that's where Central Park starts, right? Central Park ends at 59th Street.
Okay.
So from 59th Street to 110th Street is Central Park.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
On the east side and on the west side, between those blocks is Central Park. On the west side is 8th Avenue. On the east side is Park Avenue. Or Madison. 5th Avenue. My bad. It's 5th Avenue to the
Yeah,
east
Fifth
side.
Avenue, that Madison is like right
Right.
underneath
It's
that,
next.
and then it's Park after that.
Yeah. So like when you talking about Midtown, I think most people are talking about anywhere from I guess 34th to maybe 42nd, 45th, I guess, right?
Okay. Okay.
Or I would even
And
say
that's what they
even to
thinking
like
of
the
when they
mid
think, like you
50s,
said,
like where
Empire
like
State
the
Building, et cetera, et cetera.
what
Yeah,
street
the
is that? Is it like
yeah.
57 where they got all the stores on there, like Audemars and
Yeah.
fucking Prada and all that shit, like
Yeah,
around like the fashion
that's
district.
facts. But like that area, like when you see a movie and they look out the window
Yeah.
and they see the whole city or they see the park.
That's what they filming
That's-
from.
Now, what like if you look out the window, and you see the park.
Mhm.
That's probably Park Avenue or probably 5th Avenue
I get what you're
or
saying.
8th Avenue. You know what I'm saying? Those apartments, that's prime real estate in New York City. You know what I'm saying? Those are that's where the buildings is that Jay couldn't get into.
That's funny.
Oh, that building over there, shit, the one that's on, I think it's 528 Park Avenue.
Yeah, I got
Is like,
curious.
they say that shit is the tallest residential building that shit is taller than the Empire State Building, bro.
And look,
So he in line when he tell you it's prime real estate. Like the apartments are like they start at like $2 million.
and you look,
That's where they start at.
and I seen something. I was watching like a Dateline thing on a lot of them apartments in New York. One of them buildings, even where it starts at like $2 million, they'll still, like you say, how they didn't let Jay-Z in. They'll even price rich niggas out because they'll have the requirement be like, you got to show income that's 200 times the rent.
Yeah, some crazy.
So like
shit.
even a rapper can't show a $40 million a year income or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's
some crazy shit.
It's crazy, man.
And the thing
It's a different level of discrimination.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And the thing, I had the Bronx Zoo on my bucket list for next time I was gonna go to New York.
No, why?
No, the Bronx Zoo is straight. The Bronx Zoo is
The Bronx Zoo is dope.
Is it better zoos in America?
Huh?
Yeah, that was my next question. Is that better
You
zoos?
said what?
Is it better zoos in America?
know.
Is the first question. The second question is how many of those zoos that you don't have to go to the Bronx to see?
Oh God!
That's how I'm doing it. That's how I'm doing it.
The Bronx Zoo, is like in
shit
a,
again.
I said.
Hold up, say that whole shit again.
I said the way I'm doing it is, one, are there better zoos in America?
Okay.
Two, are there better zoos that don't require me going to the fucking Bronx?
As a native New Yorker, I have to say yes to both of those questions.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you like, man, I'm coming to Atlanta and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Bankhead to get this fucking beer. I'm gonna be like,
Really, nigga?
I'm going to Midtown to get some hot wings. I'm like, nigga, come on, bro, stop.
Goof ass, I'm getting robbed.
Like, I'm sure the Bronx Zoo is nice, but it's like,
no, the Bronx Zoo is real nice. But the only thing with the Bronx Zoo is that shit is out there like by Pelham Parkway, which is a decent area, but you go 5 minutes, 10 minutes in the other direction, and nigga, you in Castle Hill.
that don't sound good. Every time we got a name on oil and shit, you know
nice
niggas be robbing niggas in Castle Hill.
Castle Hill is not a nice place at all.
No, but hold up though. You have to seek out Castle Hill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't just rolling into Castle
I
Hill.
dig it.
Doesn't find you.
I dig it.
No, but that's what I'm saying though. That's what I'm saying. Like if you go to the zoo is nice. The zoo is nice.
It is.
Go to the
It's
zoo.
pretty nice.
Yeah, that whole Pelham Parkway, Bronx Park East.
It's
Like,
cool.
out there like Boston Road and shit. It's straight.
Yeah.
It's just stay there. Like nigga, don't go sightseeing. Like
I'll be
Ain't no
outside the
sightseeing in the Bronx.
That's my Uber.
Like Oakland
ain't no
Oakland can be a
sightseeing
very
involved.
dangerous city, but I'm gonna tell you why I love Oakland, man. I never felt the type of way going in and out the hoods or on the train. Coliseum Station is where everybody collides because that's where they would get off and go to Raiders games. So you can imagine, gangsters, business types, hippies, everybody get off there. I stayed by MacArthur Bart, same thing. It was like a major hub. Man, I love cities where it might be dangerous, things happen, but I hate to say it this way, but where at least the violence is targeted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to have a fear of Oakland being like, we can't sit down here. They might just spray this whole bus stop up. That didn't happen out there. I didn't feel unsafe walking up and down the street at night. You didn't feel like nobody random was going to rob you. Actually feel like you knew everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a community.
Like check it. Like when I was growing up in Harlem, like I was never. Well, first of all, I wasn't scared because I was from Harlem. So whatever I saw every day.
When you live there, you was just in it, yeah.
Yeah, you was in it. But at the same time, I don't know how it is now because I'm not out and about like that. But it used to be if you got shot or you had an issue with somebody, it was probably over money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? it was probably a money situation. You know what I'm saying? Niggas wasn't just randomly shooting motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Over dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
It was so
Not to
easy.
say that it didn't happen, but it was, for the most part, it was like, you owe me $1,000.
Gotta
Can I
give
get
it, brother.
that? Either you got it or you don't have it. I need it now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it was, you know?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, other places, and dude getting robbed in the Bronx, I mean, my bad, dude getting murdered in the Bronx like that, this shit seems so senseless to me, because, like, you already robbed him. You took him, you robbed him. That was the point. Or
It's
the
like-
point was to just catch a body because you got a gun. What was the point?
If you
That
can answer me
dude,
that,
young boys that are on that dumb shit, especially in the Bronx, like over the summer,
Yeah, the
with
Bronx
this whole
is-
drill thing. You seen
Yeah.
the mayor was talking about we need to ban this shit off the radio.
the music
And
ain't
some
gonna
people were
stop
up in arms about it. And, well, I feel
Ain't got
both
shit to
ways
do with
about it. On
music,
one
though.
hand, I agree with you on that part, but with the other thing is like with the drill shit, it's not just music; it's a whole
Culture,
lifestyle.
it. And
I wouldn't even call it a culture. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
not a
Like,
culture.
but
I
and,
think
hold
it's a
on.
lifestyle.
You talk about banning from the radio, bro. I can't remember last time I listened to a song on the radio. They would have to ban it from streaming for that to even be an effective strategy. You know what I'm
And
saying?
I don't see
Exactly.
that. I don't see that as being a bad thing.
What, the radio?
Nah, streaming.
I'm saying,
Stop
yeah,
playing that
yeah.
shit.
I'm saying that's different. I could get behind it, but if you just talking about banning from radio, that's like a token thing. Nobody don't listen to radio.
Yeah, nobody give a fuck about that shit. Yeah.
But I feel you, and I know what you're saying. It's not even a culture, but stopping the music, it's like, man, like you said, these are real gang wars that are playing out, and you just hearing it on wax. Like the shit Bobby Shmurda
But
rapped
that's the
about
thing,
was
though.
already
They
done.
go hand in hand, and I feel like that's part of the reason
Say
why.
it
Like,
again.
you just, I feel like that's part of the reason why niggas resort to the killing. It ain't even really about the robbing. You always hear these dudes talking about the score. Like niggas
Yeah.
literally be keeping a score. Like this shit is Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These young boys is crazy with that shit. Just like turn this nigga
Hey,
into
yo.
a pack.
Yeah. Yo, what was wild? Here's the wild shit, right? I never thought, as a young man who grew up on hip hop, that I would be for censoring some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I grew up listening to Public Enemy, KRS-One, Scarface, Cube. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers who was talking real shit, NWA, some crazy Coogee rap. You know what I'm saying? I grew up listening to shit that was hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So to grow up and come to an age where I'm like, yo, this shit needs to be banned. I never thought I would live to be that age or have that mindset of this is a problem. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a problem.
Yeah.
When you talking in a rhyme about killing somebody for no purpose other than to kill somebody, I think we got a problem.
And it's like, and it makes me think about and rest in peace to D-Thing, Lil Durk's older brother, who, like literally from all accounts, literally was not with the banging shit, was only on the music side of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you just for being Lil Durk's brother, you go to a club, step outside, and nigga literally blew his head off. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I can't even be related to a nigga in this shit. That's how deep this shit is. You know what I'm saying? And then they gonna get me, and like you said, you in a song, you a pack, it's a joke, it's a meme.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then once that happens, the thing is, whether you're famous or not, once you see that meme, that joke, the niggas treating it serious, a nigga who you really love who died, the problem is now, this is where I say, man, I can get behind niggas saying stop the music, but this is where it's like, regardless if you take the music or not, you don't take away that pain and that anger that make a nigga want to go spin with or without the music. Because there's some real shit behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? Before the music, after the music. Niggas ain't doing this shit for nothing. They really doing this shit for dead homies. And they not really doing it for dead homies, but that's why they think they doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But I think it boils down to this. You're right. Fuck the music. Take the music completely out of it.
Yeah.
This is the base problem. I think the base problem is mentality. You You know what I'm saying? When I see your face, I see you as my brother.
Yeah.
I see myself when I see you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's just my mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when I see you, I'm not scared of you. I see myself. I'm not scared of myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's humanity. That's brotherhood. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's mentality. They don't have that mentality. They don't see themselves when they see each other.
We gotta ask ourselves, like, why that could be the case. That lack of brother, that lack of community that we don't.
I know what you
Well, I
mean.
think that's a great point, though. I think that's a great point, though, no comment. Because
Like,
you
what,
look at the
bro?
way motherfuckers refer to each other as ops.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, you the opposition. Like,
Yeah.
this shit is crazy.
And it's funny you said that because I know we said this on previous episodes. I've been to a lot of cities and never had. I'm not trying to say it like I'm the coolest nigga or the toughest nigga. Like, I never had a problem. It's because of what you said, no comment. You know what I'm saying? It's because everybody I looked at, it was just like, I look at you like, I'm not looking at you with fear. I'm not looking at you with nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just mutual respect. So even if it wasn't on some, hey, at least it was like, oh, what's up? You know what I'm saying? At least a head nod,
Right.
keep it moving. Niggas never felt the need to press me. Then either I didn't seem out of place or it was no disrespect. There was no need to push the issue. I never had an issue in nobody's town ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, okay, when they say real recognize real, I think that's the realest shit ever. Real
Yeah.
niggas don't have problems with real niggas. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
real don't mean tough. Real don't mean that nigga hard. Real niggas know, like, real nigga is a nigga who go to fucking work, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm
I've even
saying?
gotten into the habit of what's the name, man, of kind of like breaking the ice, so to speak.
Right,
When I come across niggas I don't know,
right,
hey, what's going on? What up? You know
right.
what I'm saying? Keep it moving. That's it.
That's
And
it.
most of the time, it's very disarming. But if you guys come to an impasse where he see you, you see him, this nigga looking all hard in the face,
Now you wondering,
ice
like,
grilling this nigga back, like,
yeah,
what the fuck is wrong with him? You reciprocate that,
yeah,
then it becomes an issue. Yo, what the fuck are you looking at?
yeah,
What the fuck is wrong with this bitch ass nigga?
yeah. I'm a,
Do I know you from somewhere, nigga? Then it just
Easy.
goes elsewhere, you know what I mean? Easy.
yeah,
But if you just kill it with just a quick little, hey, what's going on? What up? What up, bro?
yeah.
Yo, I would hate for somebody to say that shit to me.
What's that?
That what you looking at shit?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
No, you don't understand. Yo, I had a serious situation come out that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a serious situation. And that shit taught me real quick, nip shit in the bud. You know what
Yeah.
that means, nip shit in the bud?
Hell yeah.
Stop that shit before that shit even
Yeah, nigga
starts.
talking about what you looking at. You already know what time he on.
Yo, this was a long time ago. And somebody said that shit to me, and I just brushed it off and let that shit go. And that shit sat and festered for a couple weeks, and that shit turned into a real situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, I've never had anybody say that shit to me since. But I think if a nigga said that to me, I'll crack his head the fuck open.
But you know what? But talking about before the whole like when Tom Ant is on talking about disarming cats. You know one thing about me, it's like it ain't even about humbling myself. It's about like respect go a long way. Mutual respect means showing respect to everybody, whether I feel them or not. And so like me, man, I'm a big strong ass nigga. So sometimes I go in the store, I might bump into somebody. Nigga can be scrawny. You feel me? And I still hit that nigga with the same. Hey, my bad.
Pardon me.
The same way I would if that nigga was 6'4" and bigger than me.
No
you see what I'm
doubt.
saying? I still be like, oh, yo, my bad, bro. Because it's respect. I don't need it ain't got to be a situation. I don't got to see a gun on the nigga. You see what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, my bad, bro.
Right.
Kill that shit and nip it in the bud. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time,
Exactly.
nigga,
Same shit, nigga in the butt, yep.
Bam! For no reason other than I just bumped him. He like, man, look at this big ass nigga.
Yep.
This nigga think he cool.
Yeah.
It's like, man, just disarm situation, bro. I don't understand niggas. And now we in a situation where you feel like, What Ant talking about, I don't know. We in a situation now. I feel like there's nothing you can say to some niggas, like PNB Rock situation or the nigga with the nigga in the
Exactly,
rocks.
because you got ignorant niggas. It's a lot of ignorant niggas out here, and if an ignorant nigga was to walk up to me and want some what you looking at shit, I'ma lay him the fuck down.
I'm with you, and I'm not
With
trying
no
to play hard
hesitation.
either. Some certain words, like you said, that you say, you either gotta what they say, fight or flight. You either gotta understand what time the nigga on. Like I said, when I heard dudes was like, yo man, that's a nice ring, flight. You know what I'm saying? It's like I said, if a nigga say, like I said, certain things, yo, what the
Peace.
fuck you looking
I'm
at?
out.
Fight response. I gotta go knock your
Yeah,
ass out
exactly.
now because you want some time.
Yup.
Fuck you looking at?
Yup.
Fuck you mean, nigga? What you mean? What you look?
Yup.
Don't stand around like, what you looking at? What you looking at? Nah,
Nah.
it's a rap, nigga. Fuck you.
Yo,
looking
and
at?
see, with my situation, that shit came out dual mouth, and I didn't pay it no attention because first of all, I was stunned that he would say some shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
You looking at? You look down like.
No, on some real shit. Because first of all, dude was older than me. You know what I'm saying? He came up before me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying not to say too much. I'm trying to say something without saying too much. But he knew who my brother was. Like, I grew up away from my family, and people found out who my family was. So the shit turned into them thinking I was with my family, and we grew up separate. And it shit turned into some real other shit. And I didn't see it because I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the shit really turned into something else. Because when he said it, I was like, I just walked off and left it at that. And 3 weeks later, it turned into a situation. That shit, I'm sorry, y'all niggas triggered me.
Yeah, man, sorry, man. But yeah, it's certain things, and I don't necessarily think the worst of people, but certain conversations, I was going out to my car one day, and this early in the morning, me going out to hoop or whatever, and like some dude getting in his car. I don't know this motherfucker, and he's like,
Lay down. I gotta get in the shower. Lay down.
he asked me, so I got a hard top convertible. You know what I'm saying? So he look at the car. He's like, so the whole top go down that thing? Time he took me to ask me that question. I'm in the car started, and I'm driving off, and I'm like, allegedly. Like, I'm not finna stand and talk about that shit. Not because I think you a robber, but I ain't put myself in the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really understand. You're not even a female. I'm not finna stand around and talk about this shit with you, nigga. Like,
it does, you know.
we out.
She set you up possibly.
We out. And he really wasn't on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Dude,
sometimes you can just feel the vibes, though. You know what I'm saying? You can just feel the vibes, though. You go past certain stores or certain gas stations or just certain establishments, period, and niggas just hanging out. I'm like, nope, I'm not going up in that store.
Same here. I'd be like, yeah,
I was up at Family Dollar a few weeks ago, and shit was getting a little bit crazy. I heard a conversation between these two dudes, and one nigga was saying, keep playing me like I'm pussy and I'll lay you down. I'm like, let me get up out of here.
It's time to go.
Time to go.
Fight or flight. It's flight time right now.
Time to go.
I said, let me get the fuck up out of here as quick as I can. I'm like, bitch, ring me up for my little Reese sticks for my wife. Let me get up out of here.
Look,
I'm telling you, I don't have no issues with anybody like you, bro. I don't have no issues with nobody.
Yeah.
But one thing that I'm always real cautious of is when shit is going down between other parties.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm not trying to be no bystander.
No witness.
Yeah.
I ain't looking.
I'm getting the
And you know what? Like you
the other
said, man,
day.
them signs don't be, a lot of times, they don't be some subtle secret shit that you need to be tuned in. You just need to be paying attention. Them signs be loud as hell. Nigga, I'll go to the truck on your ass. You be like, alright, let's go.
I was just telling my nephew the other day. I said, listen, bro, if some shit is going on,
Yeah.
we ain't trying to diffuse the situation or you ain't trying to de-escalate some
Let's
shit.
go.
Don't stand there and record nobody.
Yeah.
I do not like that shit. Motherfuckers recording fights.
You know what?
Don't be recording no fight. Don't be recording nobody bleeding out after they get shot. No crazy shit. If you ain't trying to help, mind your business and get the fuck up out of
Take
here.
your ass home, man. Thank you, man. Either help or go on the fuck on. And you know what? And let me say something, man. We did the podcast last week. We finished. I got the munchies. I go to Waffle House. I go in there. It's a girl ordering her food, and then I'm waiting behind. You know, like to go, right? Because I wasn't trying to eat there. So it's a girl in front of me ordering her food, and I'm waiting for her to order so I can order mine. While I'm waiting for her to order, this third dude walk in, and he like keep coming in, out. Lady asked him, do he want a menu? He like, nah, yeah. He fidgety. I'm like, it's too much going on. I'm about to go. I don't want this Waffle House that bad. I go to get in my car. I see two niggas pull up, walk up to him. I'm like, they doing too much, man. I don't know if he's waiting on them or what, but it's too much going on. You got to feel the vibe sometime, and too much going on.
Yeah, I don't need to know what's going on. I seen enough. I'm out.
I'm like, I'm out. I don't want to waffle that bad. I don't know if it's too
Look,
it could be
that's-
nothing, but them vibes is everything.
I hear about it on the news.
But I want to go back to something Ant said. I need y'all. I really want. That was one of the topics. I want to touch on that, bro. Like, recording somebody bleeding out. First of all, like Ant said, I'm not that guy either. I'm going to stand there and help you not bleed out. Take my shirt off and you know, tie it around
Exactly.
you.
Wrap you up, tie you up, try to stop the bleed.
Hold the feet up, do something productive, or I'm out. Like Ant said, I ain't got nothing to do with this shit. The only way I'm doing the first one is if I know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm about to say, oh shit, they hit somebody I know. Let's help this motherfucker. If you don't know you, then this what Ant said. We out.
Now, see, hold on. See, I would help anybody.
Okay, I mean, and who knows in the situation, but the point being, man, people who stand there and record, on one hand, especially when somebody's famous, it is a moment that having it documented not only is something that takes it away from being hearsay to fact, but also it does remind people, even if I haven't watched it, that violence is real. What real violence looks like. This isn't a movie. You know what I'm saying? But then I feel that it's something heartless. And I'm really torn on the issue of that type of shit being recorded, especially for somebody famous. You know?
Well, that's the type of society we live in. Everything is recorded now.
It just sucks, man, if you imagine being PNB Rock and this is your last moments, you look up and see some goofy getting internet clout off of who could be helping.
Yeah, you're done.
Like, nigga, help me.
Help me.
You out here with your fucking iPhone out, nigga.
You could be doing
But
something.
I will say this though, I do agree with you on. I agree with both of y'all on these 2 points. Like, one, that's where we are right now. Cause shit, me and my wife, we was at a fucking concert at the Barclays, ladies' night, Valentine's Day shit. I seen more people watching the concert through their phone. I'm like, this nigga Maxwell is on stage right now.
In front of you.
Y'all not even
Singing
experiencing it.
Fortunate.
You can do this on
Concert.
YouTube
Y'all
all night
watching
in your
through the
bed.
phone. And you probably ain't even gonna watch them videos anyway. You might post a little 30-second clip
Thank you.
on IG, and you ain't about to watch the other 35
minutes.
videos you just took.
Nope.
No.
And you're not good at recording, so it came out all fucked up anyway.
Then here's the other part of it. What you just said though, what violence looks like. And I saw the video, and I'm not desensitized to this shit, man. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
No.
I don't know if it's me just like getting older, but it's like the older I get, more sensitive to a lot of this shit
Me too.
that I become, and this shit really bothers me. It really affects me, and I even think about my kids. I said to my wife, I said, look, man, that shit would bring me more shame than anything else in life if our son grew up to be the nigga that was sticking a gun in somebody's face while they're eating chicken and waffles with their girlfriend or their baby mother or whoever.
Right. Right.
And they kill us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit would just make me, I would just feel so ashamed
Me
of
too.
my son. Just like,
I know what you mean.
like,
I would feel just as ashamed as if it would be as if you found that he was a rapist. You know what I'm saying? It would be the same.
but that too.
Same shame.
Just a flat out, just degenerate, just a
Just a piece of
greaseball
shit.
nigga.
Yeah. Like, man, I can't believe you came for me. You piece of garbage. Like,
For
real,
exactly,
man.
that's exactly how I feel, bro. Like damn, like, damn, really?
That's real,
I ain't killing people. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, nigga?
Real shit.
Nigga, you ain't my son. You Satan's son. Like, where the fuck you come from, dog? Like,
Man, it's
But hold
sad.
on. But hold on. That's how a lot of parents feel when their kid turns out like that. Because the first thing they say is, "We didn't raise you like this."
And here's the other thing we haven't even touched on, and I'm about to bring it up. A lot of these cats that be all in this shit that we talking about. Even look at T.I.'s son King. He be in trouble with the police every other week and shit, thugging it. These be motherfuckers who come from not just like not poor households, but like wealthy households,
Well off.
well off households. There's a motherfucker out here. We talked about a few episodes back. If you I forget his name, but the story will come up instantly if you type in Milton, Georgia, basketball murder. High school recruit out here. He's like highly touted. He had a scholarship to all the big schools. This happened like literally like last year. He had a scholarship to all the schools. He's a senior. he literally already drove like a like a Beamer or Benz to school or something like that, you know, whatever. Went to private school out here, and him and his boys broke into somebody's house and ended up killing some old dude, and got life in jail. I'm not sure if they got a death penalty or life, but either way, threw their lives away. And dude literally was a basketball. He was about to go to anywhere he wanted. It's just like he out there. He wasn't even going motivated to go to the league because he already had the stuff that most kids who are motivated want. You know what I'm saying? Like a car or a nice crib. So it's like you didn't even need nothing. You just thugging it for the sake of saying you hard. You know. And them kids be the most reckless.
Yeah, sometimes it's them, and here's the other thing too that I had to become a lot more conscious of. It's like as a parent, even as a friend, just looking to get better every day myself because like influence is real. Like we all have influence on each other. As a matter of fact, no comment before you came in here, I was using you as a point in the conversation because I was saying to the homie No Days Off, I was saying to him, I was like, yo, instead of these niggas running up in the spot and looking to rob him, they could have asked him for advice on like how to get on. Like, bro, I see you doing your thing. You pulled up. You got the Benz truck. You got the jewels, nigga. You shining. Like, you doing your fucking thing. Like, how can I get on? How can I do my thing? You have any tips? You got any information for me? Can you give me any pointers? Is there anybody that you could connect me with? Like, what can I do to get my shit off? Right? And we were just talking about how you and Light and Blaze, y'all were in here giving us information about
NFTs,
about the NFTs and blockchains and fucking crypto, all types of shit. Instead of just being like, oh, well, fuck these niggas, they doing whatever. It's like, nah, like, shit, we want to know what it is, too, so we can look it up. It don't have to be a handout. It don't have to be a favor, but a lot of times, you know, information can go a long way. But niggas be so quick to just like, yo, we got to take it from this nigga as opposed to asking. It's like how niggas be bragging about running off on the plug. Like, that's the dumbest shit you could do.
Somebody funded you something.
Why would you want to run off on a nigga who has a direct line to a much larger supply?
Right.
Like, why have one payday when you could have plenty?
And it's like, you know, when I do this acting thing, or somebody will be like, I remember texting my sister Shani and being like, hey, I just did this movie. I think I did a decent role. And she's like, man, I wish I could get this. How do you do this? I really send you the link. Like, I just be applying to these casting calls. I ain't got to keep it some mystery. You know what I'm saying? It's not a competition. And sometimes you just got to ask people, what the fuck you be doing? Oh, nigga, I just do this. But it's easier to rob, man. And I really feel bad for dude last moments to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, dying on the damn floor while some goofy ass nigga records you, man. The good thing about dudes who records videos like that is they never get famous. Their channel never blow up or anything. That one video might have 20 million views, but you can't monetize it. It's just, you know. So, we don't know the dude name who recorded it, and that's good.
Yeah, but like you were saying though, just to see what real violence looks like. As gruesome as it is, as grotesque as it is, I do believe to some degree that it is important to see it. Mm-hmm. It's like what Emmett Till's mother did at his funeral. Like, yo, I want you to see what these fucking monsters did to my child. Yeah. Like, this is serious. This is not a game. Yeah. This is not a joke. This is real life. Like, this is not a rap song. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is not a song.
Yeah.
All that shit sound cute in 16 bars, but you see what he's going through right now?
Right.
This could be any of us.
And when you watch, you know, like John Wick movies and stuff like that, bullets, not only do bullets not really do critical damage, but when you see people, they die, however they got shot, hit, or whatever, you see them get hit and instantly pass out, and they're eliminated, and you don't see them suffer. You know what I'm saying? You don't see people live with some injuries. You don't see people bleed out for extended periods of time. You don't see the suffering. And it's just something about And again, I haven't even watched that video, but it's something about real violence that, like you said, I haven't gotten desensitized to. It's the reason I haven't watched that video.
Yo, pardon me, y'all. I had to jump in the shower real quick.
Bro, you missed it. You ain't hear the homie shout you out?
I heard all that shit.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, okay, cool.
I had my earbud in. Yo, but yo, check it. The reason I look at shit like that, because I was raised in a time where it was like, if I shine, you shine.
Mm-hmm.
If you shine, I shine. So if I see somebody getting it, you know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you.
Yep.
That nigga getting it. He doing his thing. Shit. Or I'm doing my thing. I know how we can all do our thing.
That's right. I'm the same. Like, I mean, shit, I get it. I ain't got to keep the secret formula. And,
For real.
but at the same time, it's funny because I don't trust the videos online of like guys who were like, I made $1 million doing this. All you gotta do is this. I'm like, I don't believe you.
Yeah, because they be on some bullshit.
I'm like, I don't believe you be giving away all this free game like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm wary of that shit, but I do believe guys who's genuinely like, man, shit, you know, you want to know? I tell you, I put you on the real estate game. It's not that deep, you know.
Like, yo, like I watched the
but that shit
gentleman.
goes a long way.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I watch the Gentleman of Crypto. I watch that shit all the time. I watch it religiously. One, because they black and they look like me. And because they thought process, they not trying to make money. They never been trying to make money on that channel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Give you information.
It always been, not even, you know, give information, but it was never even that. The whole way the channel came about is they used to call each other up and have these conversations every day.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, yo, let's just put this shit on YouTube, see what happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's all it is. It's these two dudes having conversations about crypto, going back and forth.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? If you
just
learn something,
you
you
know,
learn
through the
something.
conversation. Yeah, you might pick up on something, Google something after the
Yeah.
conversation,
Mm-hmm.
hear some new terms, you know, look them up on your own.
Look what is up. Yup.
That's real.
That's what
That's the beautiful thing about sharing, though. It's like you share with one person, and then now they're looking into something else, and then just almost by proxy, they stumble upon some other shit, then they putting you on some shit. Then you find out more shit, then you putting them on to some other shit, and it just grows from there.
Yeah. Everybody eats, man. Like my nigga Ace Boogie said,
Right.
man, everybody eats.
No, that's the one thing I think I could say about AZ is it seemed like he was always on some shit where I'm not trying to be the biggest motherfucker in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Some guys just get it. Like, some guys just understand. It was, what's it like? I don't know. I want to say it was 50 Cent, man, but basically, forget, it doesn't matter exactly what he said, but the moral of what he was saying was like, yeah, every guy in your crew, like, everybody can have a chain. He was like, but, you know, you want every dude in your crew to have a house like you know, the cars, you want everybody to have everything. And, you know, jealousy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got it. You don't want it to be like, I'm the one nigga that got it, and they got a chain and a couple of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they got it, there's nothing to envy. You know what I mean? And if you really come from a genuine place, you want that. Like, I genuinely, like, I couldn't imagine me being worth like 200 million. And not saying I'm giving nobody nothing, by the way, you know what I'm saying? But talking about as far as like what you would imagine, I couldn't imagine being worth that amount of money and my homies only come over and kick it, but like they don't have a crib to stay in. You know what I'm saying? A nice crib.
Yo,
But your homies be on your level, you elevated them, you know?
Yo, I can't speak for the money part because I'm by no means a millionaire.
Nah, me neither.
But I can say this. You know, it's lonely. I can imagine how lonely it is to have that much money and have nobody to look like you around you.
Yeah,
Because just from a career standpoint,
that's right.
when I look around on set, a lot of times I'm the only face that looks like mine's on set.
Yep. That's why
You know
you
what I'm
want to be like, yeah, I want to make sure you got a crib too. We can be out here. I don't want to be the only nigga who made it. The only nigga out here.
Like, check it. I think, was it Ant that said it or Rashid that said it? You gotta, you know, we supposed to help people out. I'm at work today, right? I'm at work today. it's this new brother on set. I think he's an electric, right? He just came in the union. He been in the union 8 months. I'm glad I'm thinking about this shit because now I definitely won't forget. But anyway, I walked up to him, young dude. He got to be in his 20s. I'm like, yo, how long you been in the union? He's like 8 months. I'm like, you put in your 401k information yet? He was like, nah, what's that? I was like, I have a form for you tomorrow.
Wait, how long he had been on?
Like 8 months.
Oh damn. Yeah, somebody got to put you.
So he brand new.
Like whoever
So
was
he
just
knew.
trying to join, man. I tried to let you in, but you went away too quick, man. So Anthony Montgomery pulled back up. I think that was Light and Blaze, man. Try to pull back up, man. I was trying to let you in. But you know what about that story? I'm sorry, man. What was it? Say that one more time. The end of that.
Oh, nah, I was saying he been in the union for about 8
Oh right.
months.
I'm sorry. You put him on the 401k, right? And
Now I was like, yo, I spoke to him today. I was like, yo, did you put in your 401k information yet?
right.
And he kind of knew what I was talking about. He was like, he had some other stuff that he had done, but he hadn't done that yet.
He's
I was
yeah,
like, yo,
yeah.
I have a form for you tomorrow.
Yeah, like this is important.
So, yeah, I'm
Then
putting that
you
shit in my,
want it,
I just pulled it out.
And you know what? I highlighted that because that's like when I was telling you about, let me get you in, Light and Blaze. And I remember telling you about, and you looked out for me the same way, even though somebody else had already did it when I was telling you about, on set, they put me in a stunt car. And the same way some dude looked out for me on set. It was that same night we was in the podcast, and he was like, yo, did they give you your bumps? Somebody got to be the one to tell your ass, like, look
That's
out.
right.
You feel me?
That's right.
Shout out to Light and Blaze, man, for pulling up. I was trying to let you in like 2-3 times, man. But what's good with the boy, man?
What's going on, gentlemen? Good evening.
Man, love,
What's
love,
good?
love, man. We done touched on all type of topics, man. But you always on time, man. Crazy stuff, man. After when we were just talking about, I just forgot that quick. No comment. Oh yeah, we were just talking about putting people on
Helping
game
each
and
other.
not being ashamed to ask for advice as opposed to robbing and killing and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but I remember y'all looking at the same way. Like, did you get your bumps? Somebody got to be the one in the room. And I wish it was more cats like that when dudes sign record deals and stuff. Somebody on the label, some black dude would be like, yo, make sure you ask about your publishing before you leave, dog.
Mhm.
Out. You know what I'm saying? That's all it needs. That's all you need. Somebody put your name, put the word in your head, you know?
Yep. Because if you don't know, you don't know.
I had never heard the word bump until some random dude, and then it was like one dude told me, and then like 2 or 3 people was like, yo, did they bump you? Did they bump you? Now it's in my mind. Now I see the producer, and I was like, hey, bump. Straight up. You don't ask, you don't get. You don't know, you don't ask.
But remember a couple of years ago, Kodak was the Master P was trying to get with Kodak and teach him some game, and Kodak was like, "No, that nigga, hey, what the hell am I listening to him for?"
Wow, I did not know about that. No, like, that's ridiculous, man. That's actually ridiculous. That's something you only must really do when you just don't know who Master P is. You must think he just made No Limit Soldiers, and that was it.
Yeah.
Because it's no way you would turn down free game like that.
Check it out. I was working with a dude, and I couldn't really say nothing to him, right? Because it was like this situation was he wasn't in my union. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't really say nothing to him, and I knew he was about to get took for some money, right?
Damn.
But I can't say anything because it's not in my workhouse. You know what I'm saying? It's not my union. But I knew he was about to get, you know what I'm saying? They was about to play him on some shit. Mm-hmm. So what I do? I have my man text the nigga the rules for his union. And I left it at that. I'm like, yo, I had a nigga send you the information.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do nothing else.
Gave you the game.
Mm-hmm. I gave you game. You know? So, I don't know what he did. It's not my business to know what he did. I hope he did the right thing, but I tried to pull his coat as hard as I could, as quiet as I could.
I dig it. So, man, I got a question for Light Blaze who just came on, man. I didn't know if you was like a PNB Rock fan or if you like me, if you hadn't heard much about him, being out here in the South, I hadn't really heard much about him, or if you had any thoughts on that at all.
I'm like you. I haven't heard. I've heard of him. His name. I couldn't. Tell you none of his songs. You can put a song on. I wouldn't know that was his song.
Yeah.
But I think I'm only. On the outside looking in. I don't know too much. I'm only going by what I see on the internet and boxing and shit like that. So I'm assuming. That it was his female that gave put the location up. I don't know if she set him up or what the hell that why somebody was even follow him like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, to put it on him.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like, give your shit up. You know what I'm saying? Give your shit up and live for another day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
You don't feel like these niggas now kill you anyway?
That's true. But at least you got a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At least you got a chance. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody up off you. So.
I hear you.
Yeah, I was talking to this. Yo, what's wild is I don't know this dude either, right? I never heard of him, right? And I walk into the smoke shop the other day, and the dude behind the counter is real upset. He like, yo, they just killed my dude. This cat is from Yemen. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know, but a lot of the bodegas and smoke shops and little stores in Manhattan, particularly Harlem, they run by dudes from Yemen.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yemenis been here since like the 80s. You know what I'm saying? And it's wild. It's wild because they get a certain level of respect. One, I think, because they Muslim, right? And two, because Yemen is rough.
Shit's not sweet.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, you run up in a you run up in a Yemeni store and try to rob them, you might get shot first.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're not going for it.
They not, yeah, you gonna get chopped at least. You know what I'm saying? For real. For real. Niggas gonna chop you with something. You know what I'm saying? So I go in the store, and dude is like really, really upset. You know what I'm saying? And he talking about this dude. I don't even. What is his name? What's his name?
PNB Rock.
PNB Rock. I don't even know dude, but this dude from Yemen knew him well, and he was like really upset. The shit kind of bugged me out, and it's like I was telling him, I was like, you got to know the females that you around. You got to know your female.
I don't blame her.
And I think somebody said, I don't blame her, but I can't. I don't fully blame her. Because if it was going to happen, it was going to happen anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I don't blame her because if you live in it, I don't mean we, I hate to say this, I don't mean we like us or the people of Los Angeles, but I mean as a rapper. If you live in a world where like your location can't be known, you not safe anyway, regardless of like, because at some point you got to have a signing, you got to have a show, you got to have your location be known.
I don't blame her, I blame him. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the female's only going to do what you allow her to do.
That too.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not even nowhere on his level, and I done been, a baseball game, different spot like that, and I've been with females, and they taking pictures. I'm like, hold on.
Yeah.
I don't want people knowing, you know what I'm saying, I'm spending money like this, you know what I'm saying? Not on her, but in general. I don't want people to know my pockets like that. So again, you got to, you know what I'm saying? And also, too, artists got to learn, if it's cool, you work hard for your money, you spend whatever, spend it on whatever you want. But if you are, get you some bodyguard, you know what I'm saying? Get you some security. Nobody's too good to walk around with like 50. Get you some retired, military retired police officers. Yeah. Nobody's too good for that.
And you know what? To circle back what you just said, like Blaze, about allowing a female. For anybody who might see this and think like, oh, what he trying to say? Allow? He ain't gonna allow me to not a female. What's it is like? But a man has a choice. Like, you can let your woman be known, this is something that I don't allow around me, and then if she chooses to do that, it don't mean, oh, I'm putting hands on her, I'm disciplining. It means I'm going to separate myself from her. Whether that means ending the relationship or whether that means leaving this date. Because there's a video going around right now of some chick, probably New York, on a train. She with her man, he look embarrassed already. She talking crazy to some nigga. And so the nigga end up beating her dude ass. And I'm like, no. I'm not allowing this. My chick gonna know you can't talk crazy to guys, and if you're gonna do this, you can't be with me. I'm gonna get up and walk away. You gonna fight your own battle. You just want to pop off.
Exactly. Yep.
And that's what Light and Blaze.
Yep.
Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what you mean by allowing your woman to do it. It's not necessarily about physically controlling
Yeah.
her, but it's about saying you can do this, but I'm not going to be here with you doing that shit.
100%. Nah, we don't put hands on females. Nah.
Yeah.
You say you separate yourself from the equation. You're like, nah,
Yeah.
you ain't part of the program. One monkey don't stop the show. I'm gonna keep it moving.
Yeah, you want to
Exactly.
take pictures of food? I told you about that. I don't like that. That's not safe. You're not going out with me. We don't go out to eat now.
Yeah, exactly. We eat at the house now.
Now we're gonna eat Uber Eats. Now you can pick that.
Yeah.
You better not get the address in there.
I feel like that can kind of go across the board too, even with some of the homies. Like if you already know that you got some niggas that are into certain things, get themselves caught up in certain situations. Like, bro, like I can't even be around you.
Absolutely.
You got too much going on.
I can't control what you do. It don't mean the same, like you said, same with a homie. I can't physically control the homie any more than I would a woman, but I can decide, you know what, man, I can't go out with y'all, man. You continuously if I know you're going to do X, Y, Z, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have the choice to not be around you. You know what I'm saying?
I had a situation where I got pulled up on before. Car tinted out. They looking for this nigga. I'm like, I don't know who you talking about.
Yeah.
I was playing dumb like, I'm like, I don't know who you talking about. Then when I seen this nigga, I'm like, what the fuck did you do to these niggas that they riding around here looking for you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check this out. And I'm not going to give too much details, not even because nobody doing nothing wrong, just to not, put people business out there, you feel me? But somebody I know, they had a family member who went to college or whatever, right? And so before the family member went to college, they had a truck. You know how some kids got that car they've been working on off of high school? You know what I'm saying? So he had a truck, had been working on for all of high school. So it was like an old Blazer, but it was just kitted out, everything. And it's just one of them things that every dollar nigga got over the course of 2 or 3 years, put it in the truck. You know what I'm saying? So that bitch was looking good. So motherfucker ends up getting a scholarship to some school for a sport or whatever, goes out there. So, and it's to some like Midwestern state, right? Kids from out here in Atlanta. So he would drive back and forth to school, you know what I'm saying? And he got this nice truck or whatever, and he's on a scholarship, and he had cousins who like lived out there. So sometimes on the weekends he'd go visit his cousins off campus or whatever. So one day somebody in his family gets a tip from a friend who's like in the police agency, and they're like, yo, they're looking at this kid, they think he's up to no good, and they're like, and so that's when the person puts them on game, like, what, this nigga just go to school, he just plays sports. And they're like, well, what about the truck? Like the truck, he's built piece by piece over 3 years. It's not like he went out and got a dope boy, you know what I'm saying, went and bought it cash or something.
Right.
And so they're like trying to put the piece together, like, well, it turns out the family members that he's going seeing, they're part of, they've been running cocaine, this and that or whatever. It's like, what? He just goes over there and fucking hoops. This was all true. He just like hooping with them, like totally, whether he knew what they were doing or not, that's aside the point, but he definitely wasn't part of the shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so all this happens, and it turns out, like, literally, if it had not been for that conversation, he was getting pulled over before that randomly, like you saying. They'd be like,
right.
We're just checking your tents, and he'd be like, what the fuck? Why they randomly pull me over all of a sudden on campus and off campus? And that was the reason why. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, even when you get associated with motherfuckers, and long story short, he had to basically stop going and hanging around his cousins off campus.
Yeah.
Like Ant saying.
So I had a situation something like that when I was younger, and I didn't understand until a while later. I got pulled over on 2 different occasions by federal agents. And, I was a loudmouth young dude. So I go into the rights and all that, and you can't just pull me over. And he showed me his badge. He showed me his badge. He was like, I could do whatever I want. We just want to have a conversation with you. We talking. They never mentioned nobody's names and nothing like that. And it was a real short conversation. And they just let me go. Both occasions. But like years later, the shit clicked in my head of who I was around when I was growing up. And you know what I'm saying? All these older people that I was around, all these older dudes that I was around. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. But yeah, man, you get caught up in some shit and not even know.
Yeah. And you know
that was a crazy experience. Cause you know how you get pulled over? It was a crazy experience. Cause you know how you get pulled over by the cops and they all rah and all loud and
Yeah.
patting you down and all. It wasn't none of that.
And you
It
know
was
what else,
none of
man?
that.
Like what you said about I can do whatever I want. The thing about it, and I've only been arrested one time, and only spent a couple hours in jail that day. It was on whatever, like suspended license and all that type of shit, right? But thing about the ride to the jail while I was in the back seat cuffed is, and I didn't show it. You know what I'm saying? The ride might have been 15. It was pretty long ride for us to be in the city of Atlanta, but it was at least a 20-minute ride or whatever. I was out in Gwinnett. And I didn't show it or whatever. I didn't want to show no panic or nothing like that. But I had the biggest anxiety attack while I was in the back seat of the car cuffed. Because then you realize, like, these niggas could really do anything to you. These niggas could literally just be heartless. Like if I fell over for some reason on my face and couldn't breathe, which we've seen videos, countless videos of, you know what I'm saying? If I fell over and couldn't breathe, the niggas could literally just be heartless and let me die in the back seat with my hand, where I couldn't get my hands right. You know what I'm saying? It was hot as fuck the day they got me. I was like, hey man, it's hot. Can y'all crack the window? They cracked the window. They could have been like, I can imagine if they was in YPD or LAPD, they'd been like, no. Just, you know what I'm saying? They would have not cracked the fucking window just because they know it was hot as fuck. Like, and you realize, like, bro, these niggas can pull over and fucking sexually molest me. These niggas can pull over and do anything. They can pull over and say, I tried to grab their gun and kill me. Anything. All that shit was going through my head while I was riding around. So I was just trying to play cool. Like, I don't want to trigger nobody. I don't want to talk no shit. You know what I'm saying? It was a black cop and a white cop. I thank God. Because I'm like, man, I don't know who the racist one is. I'm just like, man, I just want to make it here alive.
We've seen it all throughout our lifetime. Man. Like niggas get killed over wallets. Like,
it's sad as fuck. Like, man, I'm grateful to make it to the jail.
You was talking about getting raped. Remember, what the fuck is his name? Admiral Lewin. Motherfucker plunging in his dude's butt.
Plunging his ass.
Bruh.
Yeah.
All that shit. So I be thinking about that shit, like, man, I was thinking about it, and that was my only time, and I was thinking, you know what, that experience right there, because actually getting there, once I got there, I felt safer around my own people. In the city, I never was scared in holding. Right. They niggas just in there swapping stories. I didn't swap stories with anybody, for the record. I was sitting there not playing hard, but I was just sitting there stone faced. Like, I knew I was going home. I wasn't making friends, but the niggas was just in there swapping stories. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even nothing major, but I'm like, bro, why I would never want to go through this experience again is that feeling of being cuffed and having another man in control of you while you literally defenseless. That's what I don't ever want to do. It ain't to being in the cell with some other niggas who, at the end of the day, you can relate to.
Yo, it was wild too. When I was younger, I would always get into it with cops. Cause I wasn't doing anything. You know what I'm saying? If I was dirty, I'd have been real courteous.
That's right. That's right. I get what you're saying. If you was doing dirty, it'd be like, yo, what's going on, officer, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I'd have been real respectful.
But you know they ain't got nothing on you. But
yeah, so I was always either pissed off or I was going to make a report. But why y'all keep pulling me over? Why y'all keep stopping me?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That's even more frustrating when you super clean and you just
get fucked with.
Yeah, exactly. I can't stand that shit, bro. Like,
that's what drives me crazy. And you be like, y'all ain't fucking with them niggas who y'all know. And everybody.
I remember riding one time in the car with my ex-girlfriend, and the fucking cop pulled us over. Was talking about your turn signal's not working, or was it a failure to signal? And I was like, no. And you know how it is when you hit the turn signal, you can tell when you got a bulb out because the shit ticks faster.
Yeah.
The shit ticking steady, so I'm asking him, I'm like, I'm pretty sure the turn signal is working. You know, can I go and look? He's like, no, sit the fuck right there. And talking to us all crazy, flashing the light all in our face. Mind you, it ain't even late yet. It's only like 5:30.
Yeah.
It's like 5:30 p.m. It ain't even dark. What the fuck you got a flashlight out for?
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't doing nothing but going to McDonald's. Niggas on our way to McDonald's, get something to eat.
I got a real slick mouth. But not only do I have I got a slick mouth. Especially when I was younger, I had a real slick mouth. So I'd have been like, look, How about you write that ticket and we get this over with?
That's how I don't got a slick mouth like with police and shit, but that's actually how I handled it a few times. I was pulled over one time going to work. I was actually on my break. Dude pulled me over on some like petty shit and walked out. He was a white cop, and I was like, but I was on the humble. To be fair, like no cap, I was humble. And I said the same thing you just said. I was like, hey man, if you got to give me a ticket, can you just make it quick? I'm on my break. Like I was like, I just got to get back to work.
For real, like
And-
yeah, like,
But dude gave me the warning because I was so real about it. He was like, well, where do you work? And I was like, gave him the address. He, I wasn't capping. He was like, all right. Like, took my chance. But I'm like, Common, if I'm really going to get this ticket, let's just, I ain't arguing with you
let's
about
get it over
man.
with.
I'm just going
I
to get this
see you in
McDonald's, nigga, like Ant said.
yeah.
Come on.
Well.
I'll fight this shit in court, man. I'm trying to go get McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. I see you in court. Either you show up or you don't.
But I don't like being fucked with like that either, man.
Yo, but you know what's wild? Was crazy though? I've had a lot of encounters with cops. I've had bad encounters with cops, and I've had cool encounters with cops. I think the funniest shit that ever happened to me was I'm sitting on a block, I got my shoes off, I'm rolling a blunt on the corner, like it's legal. And this is like in the 90s, right? And like everybody around me is trying to get my attention, but I'm steady rolling this blunt. Because I was always the one to roll because I know how to roll good. So I'm rolling. And you know how you rolling, you concentrating on the shit, you focus? I was
You wanna roll
focused.
up. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this cop, this unmarked police car is sitting there for like, must have been a good 2-3 minutes, just watching me. And dude's like, yo. And I look up, he's like, you don't never look up, do you? And I'm sitting there rolling like it's legal. He's like, yo, put your shoes on and get off the corner.
Oh.
Yo. That shit was funny.
You ain't watched We Own This City yet. We Run This City. The Wire spinoff.
I have not.
Oh my god, those are the best scenes where they spin around and they just be like, yo man, get off the block, and the niggas just be like, whatever. And then it's funny as hell hearing the police side of them conversations, like when them niggas leave and then look, he's like, look at them little niggas don't respect me. Like, man, we gonna spin the block. If they still out here, we gonna knock their fucking heads in. Like, you gotta watch this show, man. It's the best hearing them type of combos, because police really be talking like that. Like, them niggas ain't respecting our gangster, man.
I got some time tonight. I'm gonna watch one episode if I
First
could.
episode gonna
You
have
said
you
what's the
hooked.
name of it? What's the name of it?
Hold on, let me get it right. We Own the City, We Run the City, and it's on HBO Max if you got it.
Alright.
It's We Own This City.
Okay.
First episode gonna have you hooked. I mean, no, like it ain't even no question. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta watch the first episode. It ain't like, oh man, hang in there. It's only 5 episodes, so they get right to it. You know.
Oh, it's a series.
Yeah, it's a spinoff of The Wire, and it's like I said, it's
Okay.
what it is like The Wire universe. You see a lot of the same faces, but they all playing different characters. Does that make sense?
Oh shit! Hold up. My man is in this.
Everybody in it. Michael K. Williams would have been in it if he was alive, man.
Hold on. Is this John Bernthal?
Everybody from The Wire in it.
No, he wasn't on The Wire. He was in
Some new people,
He
too.
was
Oh yeah, you talking about the corrupt cop guy, right?
Oh nah, that's not. Yeah, that's John Bernthal. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. We did Punisher together.
Yeah, he the main lead. Then you got Jamie Hector, Marlowe. You got a whole bunch of dudes that just show up that you be like, this nigga's from The Wire. This nigga Slim Charles. All them dudes show up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's what's up.
But
I got a peek.
But the show is great. The dude who you said, he play a great corrupt cop, man. The way he be talking, the way you know how them. It's a certain way, man. You know them corrupt cops, the way they be knowing all the fucking songs, all the street lingo and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The way he be talking to them niggas, it make you feel a type of way. You're like, man, he a good actor.
Yo, he's mad. He's a cool dude too.
Bro, watch one episode tonight. Tell me you ain't hooked on that show.
Alright, that's what's up.
But rest in peace to PNB Rock, man. I'm not gonna try to go out of my way to listen to more music, but I just wish I had heard more, and it didn't take a nigga dying for me to hear his name be on mainstream like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard the song he did with 50. It was kind of alright.
I know. I saw one live video somebody posted after he died. It was him performing to this crowd like in Philly on the street, and the song was love the song, and the song was about gun violence. I don't know the name of it, anything, but it was a song about put the guns down, but then like it was recorded back in 2017 or something like that, so it wasn't anything new, but it was a song talking about gun violence and why are people killing and all this, and he had literally a crowd full of people singing all on the streets of Philly. Wish I could find that video. I will live share it right now. But so I know dude was talented, and you just be haters in this life, bro. Can't go get it on their own. Like, and I'm not trying to be too deep here, but like, niggas was slaves, niggas, and it's like they controlled us with chains and whips, and like we still obsessing over chains and whips.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a slave mentality, bro. Niggas still obsessing over chains and whips, bro.
Yo, that's what Cameron said on Fantastic Four Part 2. Back in the days, we were slaves, whips and chains. It's tradition. All I got, whips and chains.
Right.
And chains.
Tyler Creators, you know what I'm saying? Whips on whips. My ancestors got their backs out. Like,
shit.
It's like, but it's real. It's like niggas is really, that's all niggas is worth. Niggas die for a chain. Niggas kill for a fucking chain, bro. Like, a chain, bro.
I remember earlier y'all was talking about this drill music shit. Ooh, my bad. I ain't mean to.
It's alright.
I just found a beer in the refrigerator. I forgot about. But yo, y'all was talking earlier about the drill music shit, and you don't think the violence should have stopped even if you stopped the drill music.
Yeah.
But I was listening to this interview a couple weeks ago, and I heard Long Live Nip the Great. I heard Nip say some shit like, yo, I used to go to shows. He's like, he noticed the difference in the energy at his shows.
Yeah.
Like, he used to go to shows and he used to do gang songs.
Yeah.
And, really rep that life. Not that he wasn't repping it, but he used to really push that gang shit.
Yeah.
And he said, after every show, somebody either got shot or somebody got stabbed.
Right.
And he was like, when he switched up and started talking about motivational shit and how to get money,
yeah,
he noticed the tone of the whole crowd shifted.
Right. Whole different people start buying tickets.
The whole energy, yeah, he was like, the whole energy changed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, that drill music shit, I would say that shit got to go.
I feel you, man.
It's that energy.
You know what else though? How we were saying earlier, like, man, Danny DeVito, he ain't got to check in. Here go the other thing. Here go the other side of that. Tom Hanks, right? Bill Gates, Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying? Robert De Niro, and then let's say Lil Baby, the rapper, right?
Right.
All them niggas in the room, Lil Baby is the poorest out of all of them, right? But here go the cold part. He gonna be the only one wearing anything of value that you can actually take from him anyway. If they was all sitting in a club, only one of these niggas is wearing any wealth on it. Bill Gates will be the richest nigga in there. He'll have nothing you can take from him. And you can take his fucking credit card from him, and by the time you get to the ATM, that thing is canceled.
Right.
Like, it's not even going to let you go through it. He's going to get a notification on his phone. Did you make this purchase? Did you authorize this? It's out of your zip code. We all get them once you start making any type of little money. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm like, the person in there with the most, they not even going to, then Elon Musk, guy like him, they not even going to recognize unless he had a sign on that said, I'm Elon Musk. I'm the nigga that run Tesla. Right? Like, so it's like, on one hand, it's like we do it to each other, but then on the other hand, we're the only ones who massively wear our wealth on our neck. The poorest nigga in the room is going to be the only one who going to have $100,000 worth of jewels on him you can actually take.
Right.
Ironically, and Bill Gates at the most gonna be wearing a nice watch, and it's still gonna be low key. It's not gonna be a flooded out rollie. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I promise it's not gonna be a flooded out rollie. It'll be just be a nice low key piece with a black band on there. Maybe an Apple Watch at that.
But here's the thing, though.
Am I wrong?
You shouldn't have to. You're not wrong. You're absolutely right. I agree with you. But I'm gonna say something Charlamagne said to Envy. I'm thinking right now how it should be and not how it is.
Yeah.
That's what he said about this whole situation.
Right. I get
You shouldn't have to worry about somebody robbing you for your shit.
That's right.
That's uncivilized.
You right. I was in the mall the other day, took myself on just like a nice little shopping spree, just bought myself a couple things. And I say shopping spree, I probably bought 4 or 5 things. But for a dude, that's like a spree, right? Including like shoes and shit. So I finally went and bought myself stuff. And the funny thing is, I was thinking it for a second, like, man, when they're trying to follow me back to my car, and it's like, but like you said, we live in a world where you shouldn't have to feel like I can't go buy nice things. I gotta feel like I'm worried about it, or I can't wear nice things, whether that nice thing is an outfit or a watch or a chain. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel you. I do feel you. You worked hard to get, especially when you work hard to get them things, and you know, you worked hard. The same things. I shouldn't feel bad driving a car. I feel like I got to get jacked because I worked hard to get a nice car. You know, whether that car is a Maserati or whatever you drive, an old car that you pimped out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, the other shit too, man. I was talking to the dude from Yemen, and I was like, man, if you traveling all around the country, you got all this jewelry on. Why aren't you carrying at all times?
Right.
Or at least have somebody with you just carrying.
Right.
Like it don't cost nothing to get your permit.
Right.
And if you get it in the right place, you can take that gun with you all around the country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Depending on, you know, what city you in. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. And then they and you know how we say now it's social media, but before social media, which is why I never try to blame the medium, you know, I blame the people. Because before social media, it was just media. It was just TV and shows and movies, you know. But social media got people's minds fucked up even about wearing the ice and shit, because it got you thinking that the people who got all this ice, the people who can really afford it, who really got the real diamonds, the real shit, right? They don't wear it every day. They don't wear it and when they wear it, they wearing it in the circumstances you just described. Like they have security there. You know what I'm saying? It's an event.
right.
I know I'm Jay-Z and I'm hosting that Club 4040 tonight. I'm going to bring the chains out. It's people there around me. I'm Curry. Okay, it's the Warriors parade. I'm going to bring the 4 rings out, and this motherfucker's around me to make sure nobody run up crazy. I can't wear these around my neck every day of the week and just go out and about. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yep.
I know. You know what I'm saying? So, and some rappers, I think they really want to do that. Say that again?
It's asking for a problem.
It's asking for a problem. And I think the thing with rappers, like you can see with Young Dolph, a rapper be too humble to go and get cookies in the morning in a little Honda and don't have his jewelry on because he feel like I can't let niggas see me and I don't have it. So I'm Young Dolph, even going and get cookies at 10 in the morning, I gotta be in a camouflage Lambo. I gotta have all my you know what I'm saying? I gotta have all my jewelry on. Like, gotta have my nigga with me with a Drake in the passenger seat. Too much.
That's too much pressure.
It's too much. You doing too much anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's far too much. I stepped away for a moment, and No Comment had said something I thought was like really important. Just talking about energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And not in a like a superstitious type of way, but that shit is very real as far as what it is that you're consuming, and then of course, you know, the thoughts that you have. Them shits can be like fuel. They could propel you in any direction. If you thinking about getting healthy, you ever have those moments where it feels like you're just experiencing clairvoyance? Like, let's say you were just thinking about like all day, like, damn, I'm thinking about how am I gonna make more money? Then you see a fucking advertisement for like Webull or some shit like that on the side of a bus. You're like, damn, I need to start investing. And then it almost feels like that signal becomes stronger and stronger and stronger. You become more tapped into that frequency. And things start coming up in conversations with people. And you hadn't even spoken to this person about whatever it was that you were thinking about prior, but it comes up. And you feel like, damn, I was supposed to hear that. Or I was supposed to be here right now. And it just feels like that signal, that frequency just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. And I think that's the real danger with the drill shit. It's not so much of a matter of it being the cause. I feel like it's a symptom of a much larger issue, but I do feel as though it provides like reinforcement.
I understand that.
Negative reinforcement.
Yeah.
Negative reinforcement. It's like whatever it is that you feeding something. You just got to choose what it is. It's almost like you see like movies like Candyman, right? Like Candyman wasn't real the whole time. It was the white woman that was killing everybody, but it was under the guise of Candyman. That's what gave him his power, gave him his strength. Same thing with like Freddy Krueger and Freddy vs. Jason. Everybody had forgotten about Freddy because the whole town was on like fucking sleeping pills or whatever. They weren't even having dreams. They weren't having nightmares.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until he had somehow, some way, got Jason to do his dirty work. Everybody started thinking it's him, so they start saying his name again. And it's like negativity is the same way.
And
it's like the more you feed it.
Like this with the drill music, with the dissing and the dissing of the dead, is the thing about it is, you know, if you were my op, quote unquote, let's say me and Ant was ops, right, and you making music, streaming is one of your forms of income, whether it's on YouTube or streaming, and you making music. The thing is, I always go, how do you even know what that nigga said about you? You listening to his music.
Yep.
You support him. You stream that nigga music to know what he's, because I wouldn't know what you saying about me if Ant was really my op. I'm like, man, I ain't clicking on that nigga shit. I ain't adding none of that shit.
You know what it is because of Twitter and TikTok and all of these other social media platforms, where some of these clips, they go viral, and next thing you know, it's spreading. So it's gonna get back to you eventually.
Yeah.
It's gonna get back to you. But here's the thing, though, from the fan standpoint, a lot of the times they're not witnessing the things that are going on. They're just hearing about it.
Yeah.
So the shit sounds cute in a rap song.
Yeah.
And like we were saying earlier about this video that's circulating right now, it's like I don't like it one bit, but I do think it's important. Not in the sense that that like it needs to happen to somebody, but motherfuckers need to see that it's real.
Yeah.
It's not just rap. This shit could happen to you, and when it happens to you, this is not Call of Duty, nigga. You ain't respawning.
Yeah.
The great Earl Simmons once said, when them lights go out, they don't come back on.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And that's what people need to see sometimes.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but it's just what it is, man.
Nah, it's definitely real, man. And it just sucks.
Yo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo. I wanted to change the topic.
Go ahead. Cool.
Yeah, let's change the topic.
Yo, you think Russia about to fall?
That's one of the topics too, man. I saw that it looked like his government finally taking a stand against Putin. They like, we don't fuck with you like that heavy, like no more. So I think they about to fall, no, but I think Putin about to accidentally slip and fall, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Once your own people turn on you, I think he about to get what we call backdoored. I think that nigga about to come up missing. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to ask y'all, because I haven't really been following it too tough. So I was about to ask, like, what is like the what seems to be the general sentiment from like the people on the ground out there, like the
public,
the citizens, the public, like how are they feeling about that as far as like what's being reported?
Man, you can speak on this, no comment. What I know, I'll give you a little. The little I know is like the Kremlin TV, which is run, by the government. A lot of the former people in the Kremlin who used to support him and people who've been rolling with him heavy have started to turn their backs on him. No comment if you know more than that. I just seem like a lot of the people he used to control are starting to be like, yo, nigga, whatever, they bucking. You know what I'm saying?
Well, a few days ago, some of the top officials in Russia signed kind of not a petition, but they put their names to a letter of some shit saying, look, you need to stop this war. It's not going good. It's a bad look. You're losing. There's some bullshit. You need to stop this shit. But the flip side to that is a lot of other people that run companies in Russia who also had that same sentiment, at least 20 of them have either
Disappeared.
had sudden heart attacks,
Mm-hmm.
fallen out of windows, or slipped in the bathtub. You know what I'm saying? Like 20 of them. You know what I'm saying? 10 motherfuckers just don't get up and decide to jump out the window.
Nah, but that's how niggas go in Russia, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. The other shit is the Ukraine, supposedly, they took over a large, they pushed back Russia and took a large portion of their territory back. So, it's not looking good for Russia, anyway.
Putin, I would be happy to see him get popped. That's the thing about violence. The people, you know, and I'm joking, right? Because I really don't want to watch nobody die. You know what I'm saying? But I halfway jokingly say that because the people that you think deserve it or that you think you would want to see happen, it don't happen. It's people, not to go back to that other topic, you know what I'm saying? But it'd be like people like that. You're like, yeah, I wouldn't mind if Putin fucking had some bad shit happen to him. You know what I'm saying? He's responsible for a lot of motherfuckers dead.
Just on as far as like the world leaders are concerned, because it's always the citizens who suffer. You know what I'm saying? Soldiers and armed forces, people like that being deployed. Motherfuckers are dying for other people's agendas. I've always thought it would be interesting if they had these niggas just square up. Like if Joe Biden, if U.S. got an issue with somebody over here, Joe Biden got to square up with this nigga. They got to just shoot the fire.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Moving like
I'm
that.
with it.
Like,
Hey.
see who's really about what.
You talking about on-site politics?
Yeah. For sure. Yo, you know what's crazy? Zelensky is the head of the Ukraine, right?
Uh-huh.
The reason why he has so much support is because he really seems like he bowed.
Remember he was in the
You know what I'm
trenches when
saying?
they was getting bombed. Remember the videos of him taking
Yeah.
selfies?
No, for real, he was.
Yeah, he was really in the trenches when they was getting bombed. Like, we
Yeah.
out here. He was saying, we out here.
Yup. He was.
Yeah. So
That's
that's
why
gonna
he
win
get
the
that.
people over.
He get a level of respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when the shit first jumped off, the United States called him. He was like, and the United States called him. He was like, look, we can get you out the country, but you got to move now.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. His response was, I don't need transportation. I need guns.
Right. Help me.
I'm sorry, but that's some gangster shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need a ride. I need weapons.
Yeah. We fighting this one out. We ain't going nowhere,
Yeah,
player.
we ain't going nowhere,
Or
homie.
plur.
I'll live here, homie.
That's right. I told y'all about that Suge Knight calling Master P. He said, yeah, man, Cali ain't big enough for me, you and Puffy,
Oh, no
dog.
doubt.
And Master P said, well, when you moving, dog? Because I just bought a house. Like, what you mean?
You know what I mean, nigga?
That nigga Master P, that was on the Drink Champs, and he said, man, I'll never forget, I'm quoting Master P, he said, man, I'm from Calio Projects, I never let a nigga soft press me, man.
Yeah.
That nigga soft press me, man.
Yeah.
Master P is that dude. He's legendary, man. I would love to see. I can't believe somebody. It was Light Blaze who said he offered to sit down with Kodak Black, and he's like, "Nah, old man, Master P offers you 5 minutes a game. You take that 5 minutes, man, for real."
Well.
Like, he got the recipe, man, and it's funny because
Hella random question.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of game, does anybody know anything about Treasury?
What do you mean?
Like Treasury bonds, like.
No.
Yo. I was talking to somebody today about Treasury bonds. This dude I work with was telling me about Treasury bonds. And not necessarily bonds, but the yield.
Exactly.
And research this because I'm not sure if I have it absolutely correct. But what he said was, he said he brought up bonds, and I was like, bonds? Why you want to get bonds? The bonds are going down. He was like, no, He's like, check it. Inflation is going to go up. They're going to raise interest rates. And the yield on bonds is going to go up. Not the bonds themselves, but the yield. And
Yeah, that's what I was
like,
hearing. There's a cat I've been following it on Twitter for the past 2 weeks, and he's been talking about that like crazy. It's like, yo,
yeah, I'm about
everybody's
to
talking about the stocks. Everybody's looking.
Niggas finna be like, you need bonds, man. I got mad bonds. Word is bonds, man. Got bonds right here, man. Get you some bonds, nigga. Bonds 3 for $5, man. You get home like, man, wait, this ain't nothing but some damn newspaper. Hold on. Hey, take a moment, man. Tell y'all a little quick story.
What?
And I first moved to the when I was in the Bay Area. This is like 2009. I had a girlfriend. I had met her. She was from France. We had met in the hostel. And so this time I'm staying in the hostel. And so she comes in the room. I had just got off work from Macy's, and she runs in the room all excited. And she's like, "Oh my God!" And she was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You should go without saying, but she was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And so she runs in the room all excited, and I'm like, "What?" And she is like, "Oh my God, I'm so beautiful, you don't believe." And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Somebody, he just sell me DVD for only $20." I'm like, "What? Let me see." Yeah, the box. I already know what time it is, man. So she opened it. It's a rock inside. Homeless dude, man, got her with the. Y'all know this one in New York.
No doubt.
I'm like, oh, you just learned the hard American life. She really thought she was that special. I'm like, only $20. I got this DVD player because you're so beautiful. Oh, me? Thank you. I'm so beautiful. You don't believe what happened to me? We was laughing our ass off, bro. I was like, yeah, don't never buy nothing off the street in America. Like, nothing.
Yo.
That's funny, man.
Yo. I will never forget because I'm still looking for this nigga to this day, and I'm sure he dead already.
Because he did it to the wrong person.
Yo, listen, I was like 13. I was like 13, 14, somewhere around there. And in New York, I don't know if they got it everywhere else, but in New York, they got this shit called the Fresh Air Fund. Is it Fresh Air Fund? No, it's not Fresh Air Fund. I'm thinking about camp. I'm thinking some other shit. No, Summer Youth. They got this shit called Summer Youth Program, where you get a job for the summer.
Okay.
And the first check they pay you is small. And the second check they pay you is a little bit bigger. But like they don't pay you regularly. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
By the end of the time that you finish working, you get this big ass check. Basically. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they kinda help you manage your money.
Okay.
By not giving you everything at one time.
Yeah.
Right. They let it build up. Alright. So I just finished cashing my big check. This dude walks up to me. He's got a British accent. He's trying to find this place. I'm helping him find his address. Somebody else comes over. They start helping us find his address. And he's like, I got a lawsuit with the underground, the MTA, or the train system. But he says underground because he's British, right? Anyway, long story short, put your money in the bag with my money, and you hold the bag, and I'll meet you at 125th Street later on, and we meet up. Yo, I put my money in this bag. They got in the cab. I open the bag. Newspaper. It's called a pigeon drop.
I was explaining to me how they got your money again.
Yo, check it out. Dude had a wad of money, right? He pulls out a wad of money. I was 13. That's my wife. She like, I can't believe you fell for that. Yo. Nah, I got some food right here. Alright, I'll get some Vindaloo in a minute. Yo, but check it. So boom. This guy's walking down the street. He's looking for his address. He stops and he says, hey, can you help me find his address? Now remember, he got a British accent. Black guy, British accent. I think he had like 2 missing teeth. I'll never forget this dude. Older guy, short. Anyway, I'm talking to him. I'm looking at the address and looking up. I'm like, I don't think this is around here. I think this is further uptown. Some lady walks up. She starts helping us, right? She's looking at the address. He's looking at the address. I'm looking at the address. We decide this is further uptown. Anyway, he got this money. And the way they catch you is they play on your greed, right? You got this big wad of money. He's from out of town. He doesn't know he shouldn't be flashing his money like this. Anyway, somewhere during the story, they like, look, we want you to hold the money. You hold the money and meet us uptown. I don't even remember how I got my money in the bag. But anyway, I put my money in the bag. They put their money in the bag. The lady tells me, yo, your pants are zip. Zip your pants up. So I look there, zip my pants up. That's when they switch the bags.
Okay,
Anyway,
I got you.
They give me the bag. And you know, I'm 13, 14. The minute they get in the cab, I open the bag up to see what's in the bag. I'm like, yo, I got all this money. I'm about to ball out. Newspaper. Son. Yo, hold up. I'm running down Chambers Street, top speed, trying to catch this cab. And I don't know if you ever seen downtown traffic, but it's nothing but yellow cabs. So I'm chasing the yellow cab.
Oh, bro.
I'm chasing a yellow cab in a sea of yellow cabs.
Oh, man. Damn, that had to be horrible, man. That had to be horrible.
Yo, I came home and told everybody about that shit. 2 weeks later, same thing happened to my cousin. I'm like, I told you what happened.
Yo, goofy.
I can't even front. Yup.
Look,
But
man.
that's that 13, 14-year-old shit. Niggas catch you on some dumb shit.
Look, man, it's like 2010. I was walking down the street in Oakland. I'm crossing the street somewhere down on Broadway. And I'm at a crosswalk, and I have the crosswalk. And a car, it's an old white man driving, and he bumped me. He bumped me in the crosswalk while he's coming to a stop. And truth be told, he was coming to a stop, but he was too far, and he was in the wrong, and he did bump me. And he bumped me enough that it like knocked me off my pace. It didn't even knock me to the ground, and physically I wasn't hurt at all. Okay?
Right.
But I saw the opportunity to get paid. And so I was like, my leg, bro.
My neck, my back.
Nigga, we talking about my rent was $700 a month at the time. We're talking about 2009, and I might have had rent, but I needed help. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
So I was like thinking about $200 or something like that, and I was like, and I was like, yo, man, you saw me walking in the crosswalk. I had to call. I know he in the wrong. I know he don't want the police to get called. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, it's an ATM machine right there. I was like, man, if you give me $200. We can just call this a day. We don't got to get insurance involved. And he's an old white man. You could see his wheels turning. He was thinking, I don't want to get insurance involved. You know what I'm saying? So he was giving me no problem. Let's go to ATM or whatever. And what we would call a Karen now, the term didn't exist back then. Some fucking Karen comes out of nowhere. And she's like, you're not even hurt. You just have to go to the ATM. And I was like, fuck off. You trying to get some...
Mind your business.
Blew my whole shit up, man. So, nigga get paid that day. Oh, man.
I'd have been like, mind your business, lady.
Man, I'm pretty sure I was screaming something like that back. Like, come on, really? You're not hurt. You're fine, mister. You should not hit. I'm like, yeah, I really should have laid it on thick when he fucking hit me. Should have, like, landed on the ground and the whole nine. Should have flopped. Like James Harden. Oh. Well, anyway, man. Final thoughts, bro.
Oh, you know what it is. Buy Bitcoin. It's down like 20,000 right now.
Bonds, it looks like shit.
Ooh, bonds, yup. Well, yield. The investment yield. I gotta figure that shit out.
Yeah, I gotta do some research. I ain't gonna buy anything I don't understand, but I will definitely. I'm glad y'all mentioned it to get the bug in my ear to start looking at it.
Yeah, I bought something the other day called Raven Coin. I bought it at like 5 cents. It went up to like 7 cents. I think I might get a little bit more. One of my boys put me onto it. I'm fucking with that. Other than that, the Ethereum merge goes through in about, I think, 10 to 12 hours or some shit like that. And my boy told me, he was like, yo, take all your ERC20, which is Ethereum tokens. Its tokens is made on the Ethereum blockchain. He's like, take all your Ethereum tokens, whatever token that you have that's ERC20, Ethereum type token, take them off the exchange just until this shit go through. But the merge is happening sometime within the next 10 hours or some shit like that. It's like a countdown to that shit.
Okay.
But that's basically Ethereum moving from proof of stake to proof of work. I mean, sorry, it's basically Ethereum moving from proof of work to proof of stake.
Okay. I gotta learn more about that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, final thoughts is stay safe. I'm gonna see you next week.
No doubt.
Pull up.
No
Appreciate
doubt.
you for joining.
No doubt.
Salute.
Peace.
All right, bro.